Alright, so we have Hef unlocked now, who I definitely like this champion. I think she also can benefit from multi-flexing paths to some degree. You know, especially in this mode. So I would say even like upgrading the champ upgrade node is a little bit more desirable with a champ like this. So these aren't as leveled as they were in my first video here. So Mean Mug right now just gives me flat avarice, so I'm not exactly sure if I want that one. Silver is still at rank 1, but I think Silver still maybe, even with just one rank, is probably worth having. I don't know what I've done here. What is going on, Sprout? Sprout seemed okay. I just don't know if it's one I really want to start with. It's one I would probably search for later. Okay, how do I remove all souls? Okay, like like what happened? Anyway, we're off to Flying Star here. So Silver, like I said, not upgraded yet, but even just one boss upgrade is probably worth locking in here. Now we get to choose, though, on the other one, because I don't know that just a flat 12 Avarice, it's definitely good. It's definitely in contention right now for this second slot here, but, you know, I don't have the permanent Celebrate, and I don't have the additional attack, which are all really good, especially the extra attack, I feel. So it's like, I don't know, like I could just take something like Solaris, which is really good. Keep in mind it doesn't help with deployment. It would be really OP if that was the case, but even without that, it's like so much Ember that you just get. So, but at the same time, with Hef, her starter card, we may not need it. We have a lot of easy ways to get Ember, so it's still just really good though. It's certainly in contention. Oh, I kind of hate how I wish you could like lock one in. It's like obviously I'm speculating on Solaris right now. I'm not speculating on Silver, but now I just like removed. I'm just gonna remove these all. So because I'm gonna be accidentally clicking these a ton, I'm sure. But so L2 random. This one I like to get later and run after you've maybe thinned your deck out a little bit, especially if it happens to hit on a starter card that already has some upgrades. That being said, it's not too bad to start with either. I mean, it's like, it is very close to an Ember upgrade and a draw upgrade. So that's actually probably beating out Solaris right now, just because it still gives me some Ember, but it gives me draw, which might be more important in this clan combo. Equilibrius, I only tried this one out once, and it didn't seem good to start with, because you just take a while to actually, I feel, even gain the ability to go that far above. So I might as well just get it later. There's no punishment for getting it later. It will just immediately purge the cards, and you'll immediately get your draw if you have enough. So yeah, I don't know. That's great to start with. Showtime's pretty good. It's basically I forget the name of it, but I only remember the old name. It used to be called like Bogworm's Growth, but then they renamed something else to that. It's like the Carapace, you know the thing I'm talking about. It's like you gain Pippin stats every turn, and this is essentially that. If you can keep that front unit alive at least, otherwise it's gonna shift to a different unit. But yeah, so basically the floor that gets the extra 3 will have the front unit basically getting a effect. Not at this lower rank, you know, it's not as good, is the only thing I'm like questioning, but still like early on, 5 attack and 25 health per turn, mind you, is pretty good. We're beating for sure the first couple of bosses simply by taking that, so it seems like I should just take this just based on what I just said there. You know what, let's do it. Showtime, baby. Let's go. Silver, let's do it. You know, they do say on Tangle that you want to get a third soul slot enable for it, and I could probably agree with that, but I think we're good enough, right? We can do this. I do wish these were upgraded. That's the only thing that makes me a little hesitant, but we'll give it a shot. Let's challenge ourselves a little bit here. And I may have mentioned this in another video, but I do think Echo Break. I finally just unlocked Echo Break, by the way. But so yeah, we finally got Echo Break, which I think is vastly superior to Fracture in this mode, and also especially when paired with Hef or Salvage, because or just Railforged, because there are etch triggers and they're good ones. So let's do it. Oh yes, we already start with 3 incredible cards. I mean, honestly, that is one of the most beautiful opening set of cards I've seen in a long time. Let me look at this. It's like, I got the Steel Polyclaw, 2 of them, so I can get to the first one quicker, and I even have the option to have a decent smelt target at 2 Ember once the first one's played out. So that's a great thing about, honestly, that's why I really prefer, I don't know the names of them yet, but Salvage. Yeah, I greatly prefer Salvage over the Forge starter card because of situations like this. It's like there's really no punish. There's somewhat of a punish, but the punish is much less for like speculating or maybe including too many high cost cards. It's like, well, you can just whichever one you don't need the most at the given time. It'll change from fight to fight, honestly. But yeah, you can just turn them into Ember and Forge 2 in 1. It's just such a good deal. But like it's not just rooms and equipment and stuff. It's like everything, like even a unit that costs a lot. Like, I mean, if we were with Umbra, for example, Shadow Siege is just an auto pick with this starter card, right? It's just like literally better than a Pirate Chomper. But anyway. So we're looking good. I don't want to get overconfident because I'm probably punching above my weight here with the difficulty with having just the rank 1 of each of these. We don't have the 3rd slot, and we only have the rank 1 of these. But I gotta say, if there were some starter cards to make me believe, these are them. These are just so good. They synergize well with each other. Granted, to some degree, the Fly I would say is the weakest, but it's really not too bad. Especially because a lot of the other Wormkin starters might not be that enticing, or not starters, but commons might be not too enticing to me. But yeah, I was gonna say, obviously they don't need the Polyclaw, so that's the main downside there. But that's not really too big of a deal. They can just be flexible in what they do on this run. Maybe they don't go to the main floor all the time. They have the freedom to fly around. I've typically, I don't know. I like both these paths, but I think I like Weaponsmith more to start out with. Unless I really think the scrap metal can translate to something else. The Metalworker I find to be more of like setting up a big combo turn. That's when it kind of shines, because you can let these scrap metals just sit there. And there, by the way, there is ways to get more scrap metal. So if you can then like combine it with that other card we had the other time where it generates a scrap metal. I forget the name of it, but it looks like that's just fine. We have a logbook. Let's utilize it. I need to remember these names anyway. What is it? Where is it? The Salvage Machine. It's tough. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be tough for me to remember some of these names because they're aptly named because they're like robots, but at the same time, robot names can be kind of unremarkable, if that makes sense. Like, it's like, okay, a Steel Steward, Conductor Steward, Salvage Machine. I'm like, I don't know. That's a lot different than like Keeper of the Echoes or something. You know what I mean? But I'll never forget that. But at least the one I'm kind of remembering the name of Forge Steward. And maybe, I don't even remember Crucible Steward, and that's probably my most picked unit, honestly. I think I can maybe try to remember that, but I'm just like, I don't even know how I'm going to remember these things, because I don't really, like, Forge Steward's a little easier, because I can, like, associate the fact that is meant to forge. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's the Forge Steward. Pyre Steward as well. I can remember the name of that. It's there to heal the pyre. But Crucible Steward, I'm like, I guess Crucible? I don't know. Sacrificing a card? Maybe I can remember that. To be honest, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't even know exactly what Crucible, the definition of it is. So I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back to the drawing board on that one. But then it's like, yeah, Salvage Machine just is randomly not a steward when basically every other banner unit is. Because Railgun's not a banner unit. Yeah, I believe every banner unit at this tier at least has steward except for Salvage Machine. I guess that's the way I'll have to remember the name of that one. Anyway, I'm sure everyone cares so much about that. But anyway, Salvage Machine has scrap metal that it can make, for example, which can be better with Metalworker. But Metalworker, I think, speculates a little bit more than Weaponsmith does. Weaponsmith is just always going to be good, especially when we have a steel pulley claw, because then we can pretty much guarantee that if we can get her onto the floor and make a good floor and just start spamming that ability onto everything and getting really good front-loaded stats. Yeah, Weaponsmith is probably the most, I don't know, I feel like it's pretty dang consistent path. Now, I'm not opposed I'm not opposed to trying to get the thing upgraded, though, because I would flex into the other paths pretty easily. Emote Tome's really good. We're probably just going to take that. Really helps, too, when you just, like, only draw one salvage, but you need to, like, salvage two things. But yeah, in general, Emote Tome's going to be busted. So definitely feeling good about taking on Tangle difficulty with these souls. Draw -1. That should be fine, right? We essentially are just auto-scaling our unit anyway. Ooh, nice. And we got the pip on the bottom floor. Look at that. So we'll go... I have to imagine we go Carver in front. We'll put Hef behind... I mean, is there even any reason not to just put a steward here as well? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, I'm an idiot. Gosh, I'm so stupid. How am I going to get out of this? Okay. Fuck. No joke, I could actually, if I had the Ember this turn, if I could, that's I guess another downside of Bogfly is it costs 0. So here, if I could have smelted something for, I guess, 2, other than this, I could put both of these down, that'd be the way that I could get out of this. Basically, I just need to pull them off the floor. I mean, I guess I could still do that. It's probably better to have at least something growing here than to not. You know, we might as well make use of our showtime here. So that's okay. We can live with this mistake. What I'm going to do is... I guess I'll bring... Or I could just bring this one up, right? Why would I bring that one up? Just bring that one up. Look at that. A-okay. We'll use this now while we can, because I'm probably going to even maybe take Hef off the floor, because he'll eventually, let's see, 3 waves remaining. I don't know, maybe she can stay there. But I don't want to put the fly there, because we want to have the extra stuff. Though, I guess you could still argue going the fly here. Oh, anyway, we don't need this, so let's do that. If I put this fly down, it doesn't really help with killing it. I think I just put it up here for now. And I'll put a Echo up here for my bringing it down. It's okay. We get enough stats on this Carver that I don't need to like maximize Inspires on it. Okay, we definitely want to kill that. We can do that by this or just flying him down. I could duplicate this to kill that. I think we do want to do that. Of course, I still want to kill that, but we can do that by... I can't kill it by putting the fly down, unfortunately. So I do need to kill this, though, for sure. So yeah, let's do that. Because I probably cannot kill that here. I definitely can't. But I may as well still hit it. Get rid of this steward, I think, for an inspire. And I'll just put this here for now with the one forge point. Oh, by the way, thanks for letting me know. I completely forgot that you can turn the application of the forge points on or not. I just got lazy with it from playing Steam Deck because I think they're gonna improve the controller functionality for this. I think that's in the I don't know. I can't say one way or another, but I would say that I would be highly betting on the fact that I think they would fix this for controllers. But right now it's just really tedious to select forge points on controller, but it's no problem on the PC, so I definitely need to remember to like utilize that properly. Darn, we needed like one more here. I mean, I guess this still works, but I would have liked to still get the inspires there. So I think I still get the stats here. I might as well just leave half on the floor then. And let's do an inspire here. Alright, so do that. Yeah, we're good. Looks like we got 5 more pyre health from our silver. Ooh, I have to imagine Weldling could be pretty good here. We don't have a great way to scale it yet. We have the only forge we get right now is from the salvage smelt. That's not too good. That's one definite weakness of this offering of drafts here. They're great cards, but right now they're not that good because I really need a way to get them stats. I mean, the problem with a card like Weldling is like, well, yeah, you could wait down the line to get more forge points, but it's a card that's like value is mostly in resolve, so every turn that goes by and you're not resolving, then it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a catch-22, I guess, with Weldling on how to use it in this type of deck. But hopefully we find better ways to use. All it takes really is some high cost. And here's the thing: Weldling is a good smelt target at 2, so that is something. Just right now we don't have much benefit from that even, but it does at least start to open up a few opportunities for building your deck a certain way. Whereas Spike Driver Spider, it can be good, but I am definitely a believer in this card in the right situation. I just don't know if right now I can rely on it that much. It is definitely the most front-loaded damage here, even more than Hammerfell, I would say, unless you're looking specifically for backline clear, which we don't really need with the Echo Breaks. They're not, and honestly, the Echo Breaks are not like the best card at doing that, but they work in a pinch. Hammerfell obviously would be a much better upgrade to my backline clear. It is a nice card because you can use it to scale your own units too. I mean, another way you could look at this is it's pink, which I already have benefit from. You know, Shard Soul Carver gets a decent amount of stats per Inspire. And then there's obviously a lot of other reasons that pink can be good for Wurmken, but we just don't have many of them yet, other than the flies do gain damage from it. Which is definitely an upside, with 2 flies, who will almost certainly eventually go onto the floor. That fight, it didn't necessarily make sense. I mean, at the end it probably would have, but I didn't need it because we were already winning. I am actually starting to get swayed more toward Hammerfall right now as I look at this draft, these draft picks. I think that my backline clear, I don't know that Echo Break alone, and honestly, I don't have much help right now in the way of Echo generation. I just don't know that Echo Break is actually that good right now. Hammerfell, I only need to play it for like 1 Ember for it to be worth it for backline clear, at least at this point in the game. For 1 Ember, I can clear pretty much any relevant backliner. I think that's a good deal. Shelter's a good one. Proclamation does a lot more damage these days, but again, I don't think with my current Echo generation that a non-pink Proclamation is going to beat out a pink Shelter. So we'll take Shelter for sure. That is a nice thing we can build around eventually. Alright, so we got Artifact, Merchant of Arms, Merchant of Magic. Ooh, okay, we definitely want to wait for last on Thaddeus here. This one, only the Merchant of Steel I really care about. I don't know if I mentioned it, but Herzl Horde when it upgrades is just a soul choice, which honestly, I don't know how to evaluate that one yet. It's possible that that actually is a pretty good upgrade, but with my current pool, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. You know what I mean? It's like they're not really upgraded. Is a normal artifact better than just like the first rank of these souls? Maybe. So I'm like, right now I don't know that it's a giant upgrade over just having a free artifact, but it probably is still obviously an upgrade. This is a really good node too. So I think Thaddeus and this one, they're actually identical, just the ordering is, or no, they're not identical, the Steel and the Magic, but they're pretty similar, and so those are the highest value ones for upgrades, so we'll probably do them last. Between these, it's a toss-up. I might just hit this one. My thought is, it is nice to hit it, even though Merchant of Steel has the best upgrade. It's possible that it's still not correct to always not hit a Steel early. I do wonder if, like, actually making sure that you do hit a Steel early is actually pretty good. That seems like it should be good, because honestly, just the normal Steel upgrades are very good anyway for these units, and not having them does make the game significantly harder. So I think if you can just target one of the Steels early and then save like another Steel for later, that's like the best course of action. So I think we will hit this one first. What's the curse? Witherbloom? That is one of the most annoying ones, but for our deck I don't think it'll be a problem. Plus we got Shelter, that pretty much will counter a lot of that. Is $100. So we're starting with the Steel, which is probably fine. We may be inclined to take the money then, because we would love to, like 325. You can definitely spend all that at a Steel, you know, especially when we'll have 2 banner units, and Wormkin is almost impossible for you to miss on. Pretty much everything would be good for Wormkin, so I'm pretty sure we're going to the right. Whereas the Railforged, right now, I gotta say, it actually looks more like a Wormkin deck to me right now, right? It's like I got Hef, who's just gonna be neutrally good anyway. We could say that she's an honorary Wormkin right now, but yeah, basically I'm just getting mostly like passive scaling plus like, I guess active scaling we'll call it, but you know. It's funny because now I use passive scaling kind of differently than I would use that term in Monster Train 1. Like Incant or Inspire, I would say, is like a passive scaling in the first game, but the change in how Monster Train 2 plays for me typically completely shifted the way I even think about that, because I'm like, well, now that doesn't seem so passive to me. Passive seems like, okay, put the unit down and never touch it again. That's like, to me, that's what passive scaling is now, right? So, but obviously there's something in between having to spam like a ritual battle on a unit versus like just incanting on it, right? So it still feels like maybe passive scaling could work there, but long story short, we'll say it's, oh yeah, okay, here we can go. We can add some qualifiers. We'll say low investment passive scaling and high investment passive scaling. I feel like now we're going to have to come up with acronyms because that's just too much to say. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like so for instance, the Showtime is what I would consider, for the most part, very low investment passive scaling, or low, you know, I don't have to baby it much. I just put a unit on the floor. As long as there's space, he will get stats. That, to me, is like pretty much low effort passive. Whereas the Inspire is higher effort. That's like, okay, now every pink card I have to try to play it on that floor. That's a much different deal than that, right? So we'll add those qualifiers if I have to. I think people will get what I'm saying, though, for the most part, if I just say passive in both cases. Titanite, incredible upgrade. Endless can be pretty good too. It's always going to be a good with Railforged, I would say, to some degree. So we got Titanite and Endless. Let's see, and what is it? Burst and attack. So we can keep that in mind. Endless could be good on an egg, for example, and this is the best egg, hands down, I would say. And First of Kin, I don't know. It's a unit that I definitely like more in Monster Train 2, but I wouldn't say it's like a love, you know, even with a pretty good access to etch here. I do have to think, given the upgrades that are in the shop, Titanite already goes well on Shardful Carver, and Endless goes really well on the eggs. This makes it so, you know, it does maybe make my Steel Polyclaws less needed, but we can still use them to pull enemies back down, so they're still like pretty useful. But I guess what I'm saying is, if I'm going to have mostly flies, then, I don't know, we could have, yeah, at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, do the Endless Flies, are they even that good if I'm not forging much? If I'm not forging much, it's like, it might not be the best. I could just say that, well, I don't have that good of etch right now, but it's still okay. And certainly for the early part of the game, First of Kin would be better. Plus, we are on that higher difficulty mode, which kind of hits you like a brick before you know it. And you're like, whoa, I'm dealing with like gigantic attack units all of a sudden, you know. So it's like, I don't know. If I take First of Kin, I'm probably not gonna buy the Endless upgrade. You could maybe argue Endless on First of Kin, because the stats that it gains are persistent through that fight, so there is at least no loss there. Like, Carver also gains persistent stats, but it's only on the attack, so it still is okay though. Like, but I don't know. I'd rather just go like a dualism or something in the Shard Soul Carver. I don't know if I'd rather have Endless or just multi-strike. But yeah, I think I'm actually talking myself more into the First of Kin here. The egg, I'm like, well, I already got the 2 flies. More flies is just more of the same. And it's not like, I do like this egg, but we would need to get like definitely some equipment, which I guess we are guaranteed to at least get good stats on them with Hef. You know what, now, damn it, now I'm leaning more back toward the egg. Honestly, with Hef, probably we do want that egg. You know, it's any weapon, so any equipment. We already want equipment if we're going to be using these eggs, because keep in mind that the equipment basically functions in a lot of ways similar to like the infusions would in the first Monster Train 1 DLC. And so if you think about the egg unit, I feel like a big part of what made it good in Monster Train 1 was the fact that you could infuse something into it, even if it's just like a Shard Soul Carver or a Kin Host Carapace, stuff like that. Those were like really good infusions on an egg, especially if like an Endless egg really like the Kin Host Carapace, for example. But obviously you can't do that, but you can still put an equipment on this egg, and then when it hatches, the equipment actually splits out and is still attached to both eggs. I don't know if anybody, it's not actually that intuitive to me that it works that way, but that is how it works. So we already have the guaranteed like default equipment with Hef. Obviously we want to find something better than that, but if the worst case scenario is just that, and I'm gonna get a full weapon craft eventually anyway, that's still a lot of stats to that egg, so I think it's fine. Will I make it Endless though? That's what I'm not entirely sure of. It seems like it wouldn't be a horrible idea. Definitely we'll put Titanite here, there's no question about that. And they do start with more health now, which is really nice. You know, having 10 health versus 1 health is really actually, even with these harder damage thresholds to deal with, it's so nice to have 10 health. Let's do, I think we just reroll. I'm gonna hate that I didn't do Endless, because here's the thing, I don't think on Endless that the equipment actually persists. In fact, I'm sure that it doesn't. So that still might not be an issue if I just keep reapplying Hef's weapon to the egg. I would have to find space for that, but with 2 Polyclaws, I could certainly pull something like that off. I could do something weird where I move Hef like to a different floor, where I'm now like my staging floor for more flies. And who knows, I can just keep shifting the flies around, put the most strongest ones into the main floor. It sounds kind of fun. Let's do it. So if I reroll, can't afford any of the big ones. So we could just settle for this. Certainly would be nice just to have that damage. Burst wouldn't be horrible either, because they would hatch with the burst, I'm pretty sure, even if the egg expends it. And then you just get a lot of front-loaded damage. I mean, I feel like we're taking the 14 mostly for front-loaded damage anyway, so why don't we just take the burst? Yeah, just put the burst on it. I will leave something better for Carver, though. Certainly, for this price, though, we should put this on a fly. Okay, I think we're good. Normally, I would have not liked to see this, but because we have the Showtime, plus we're Titanite, I'm not too scared of this boss. I don't have to inspire a bunch when he comes in, and I'll just have stats by then. Mark of Invasion, though, is that annoying here? It could certainly be annoying, but we've got full pyre health. If I just let them go by, it's fine. You know, it's probably worth 75 gold. This is the corruption version, or is it the normal? I don't even remember. So one thing's for... Oh, we gotta go... Right. Where'd the Pip go? Pip went to the top. I guess that's fine. I mean, that gives me even more resolves. I guess what I'll do... this is interesting, too. Actually, this is really neat to me. Now we'll have to rethink our strategy every fight because of the way that this randomness is, and I think that's pretty fun, actually. So what we'll do is for this fight, obviously we have incentives to inspire at the top, but I also don't want to take up all the pip space. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use this as an area where we hatch eggs and spam inspires. Then those eggs can just move off after they hatch, and then they'll have front-loaded burst damage. It's going to be a good deal. For the rest of this, I think we want to just go Shield Steward and Hef at the very bottom. I can bring Hef... I probably should have started Hef up here, actually. I'm not going to run out of space anytime soon. That was definitely a mistake. But you know what? Don't hate me for this one. I feel like I'm still in like the learning mode on this thing, so I do want to do it right. Like I do want to make sure that the strategy that I had intended to do, that I actually can do it here. So yeah, I want to put the weapon onto this immediately, and then I can just move Hef off the second I have a steel polyclaw. You know, we have 3 turns till we fill out the pit. Okay, nothing here will help with that. I may want to dupe... No, that won't work. If only one of these salvage... It'd be nice if I can zero cost a salvage as well. This card really shines when it's zero costed, I feel, because a turn like this I could put together something better. It doesn't matter too much, though. But yeah, we should maybe just... here, you can go here. Go here for now. I can kill one of these. I'll have to take damage from... Actually, no, this will actually kill all of them. So that's nice. Okay, so let's just salvage then. Salvage the own cards here. So got that. If I had salvaged a 0 cost or an X cost, it won't give me any forge points. So might as well just do it that way. So we could just kill this guy. Honestly, we could almost kill that guy, but probably this guy's better than killing these. So let's do that. And hopefully we get a Polyclaw next turn. We do. So do I want to set that up at the bottom here or the mid? And these guys are both essentially dead. But we've got this guy already here. I think we want to set up in the mid, maybe. Mid makes sense. I don't think we're going to have time to set up the third floor in this fight. So let's bring you down now. I could bring this up. Oh. Bring you up. Yeah, now they're dying. Guess we want the echoes down here. Probably want the echoes up here, actually. Guess you're going here. What a stupid hand. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I guess I did, yeah, whatever. It's not the worst hand. It's just such a boring hand, you know. Have you ever seen a more boring hand in your life? Here's a Spear Steward and 4 Echo Breaks unupgraded. Have fun with your turn. I mean, obviously, this is already dead, so I don't have to play it here. I'm like, I could just play it here to try to hatch this egg, which is probably the best thing to do. And then maybe I just put this down here to block this? Or are you dying anyway? Probably just dying anyway. 10. It doesn't die if I do this. I can also just move the thing off the floor. Maybe trying to just... we don't want to like ping Witch Warden, so... If I'm going to use Echo Break, it doesn't really do much unless I'm just trying to do a little bit of damage on the Plague Host. Because I definitely don't want to just trigger regen 3 for no reason. So I feel like the Spear Steward here is the call. I already have an Echo though, so I could just move the unit too. I may want to do that anyway just to keep Hef alive. Yeah, let's do that to keep Hef alive. The problem is just playing an Echo Break right now. I'm already hatching, so I don't need like another Echo up here. Maybe it still makes sense to do it up there. I don't know. Nah, okay, let's keep Hef alive. I do want to keep Hef alive. Let's bring you there. And then maybe I just play the Steward anyway, because then I don't redraw it. Seems okay. Probably should have spammed my ability, because now I don't get to use it. It actually is kind of a thing, but I don't know. I did want to put it with the egg, I guess, but it's starting to look like I'm not even going to be able to hatch this one. Because this floor is filled up. I'm still gaining my stats because this guy dies to, I guess, the Wither. Yeah, the Wither's Bloom is killing him. This Wither Bloom is going to be brutal for these eggs. I'm starting to rethink this strategy. I mean, it actually is... The intent was that these aren't going to necessarily stay on that floor. But if one's dying, I might as well keep the others here for now just so they kill this unit. So do I put this in the front or back? I mean, this is just a 6/6 at this point. I could put it in the front. It's just going to die, though. Whether I put it here or there, these 2 units die. Only Hef can tank the 10. Of course I can do this. Of course I can put it on the egg as well. That actually probably makes the most sense. Yeah, okay, this is the play. We'll do this. And I think... Is this right though? 12? Yeah, I'm 12 because I'm actually taking a lot of damage. So that's fine, even with a Titanite. Yeah. Do I really need the other Steely Polyclaw though? Because this thing still wants to have a space to grow. I feel like I can just move these off. That is a lot of damage into the boss though. Yeah, maybe we'll just try to hatch these, I guess, in the mid. That's probably not the worst thing in the world. Need to get 2 more here. Of course, if I'm just immediately dying, that's obviously not going to work. So that would have been the argument to put the Holy Claw up top, but I think it's fine. Now the only question I have right now is, like, do I keep these flies here? Because I don't get those stats on a Shard Soul Carver, 25 and 5. It's probably fine just to keep these flies here, I'm thinking. And since these aren't doing any damage anyway, we'll just make sure that we play 1 Ember of Hammerfall down there. Otherwise, let's get some echoes here. That'll help as well. Could even argue just doing another echo here might be better than killing this unit, but probably I do want to kill this unit. Yeah, that's fine. This should kill, right? Yeah, this is killing. I'm not going to mess with it. Alright. Ooh, Machinist Tome or Renovate. Renovate. Oh my. Renovate with Showtime. I really wish I had the next ranks, the like final rank of Showtime. It would make this play very easy to make, and it would just be taking Renovate. I gotta be honest, so with only rank 1 of Showtime, I don't know how important, because the thing is, in order to get Renovate to even get me a decent amount of pip, I am going to have a good combo turn, which is the hardest to do when you're first cycling through the deck, unless you can high roll a bunch of like intrinsics with the exact cards that you need or something. But for the most part, that's when the deck is the fattest. You haven't thinned it out yet, so you have to kind of like redraw your deck, and by that point, it's like, well, this late game bosses that are just so ridiculous, even carrying that much, about 25 health and 5 attack, probably not. Like, whereas like the Machinist Tome, that just changes the whole game's like math. It's like, okay, now who cares if you have 80 attack? You're not doing more than 15, you know? Plus I'm Titanited on top of that. So I have to imagine the Machinist Tome is the call here. I really don't like the new version of Echo Snare, especially in this mode. Maybe it's okay in the normal mode, but the fact that it costs 1 is like the big reason I don't like it. And it's like, I don't know, 1 cost Reap 5 to everything is like technically probably correct value, but it's just the practicality of the card, especially in this mode where it's like, obviously especially with the random aspect of Showtime, like, I'm going to be forced to maybe play on the bottom floor with my main floor a lot of times, and in those cases, Echo Snare really isn't that good. It's like, you're still taking a hit from everything. That's why I prefer Echo Break over Fracturing in this mode. It's like, I really can't afford to be taking double-digit damage to my backline in a lot of cases. Certainly with this deck, I don't have a great way to keep my backline that protected right now. Even with the single shelter, questionable echo generation, especially with the egg eating them up if I'm putting it on the same floor. Obviously is anti-synergy between shelter and putting the egg on the floor. So there is, like, I don't know, the deck just isn't flowing the way I would want it to right now. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. I've completely lost my track. Anyway, I don't really love any of these choices, I guess. We do want pink cards, though, for sure, in this deck. We got the flies, we got the fly eggs, we've got the Shard Soul Carver, we've got a shelter. We want the deck to have echoes, so I may just be inclined to take Echo Snare because it is pink, and it's still technically probably better than my starter cards most of the time. So I should upgrade the deck, and that's how we'll do it. Okay, is left better here? I have to imagine it is, even with unupgraded cards. If I didn't care so much about Showtime at this point, I could argue duping the Carver and putting both on a floor. It's weird that they both have Titanite, of course, but that at least makes it so Relentless is pretty locked in if we're just double scaling 2 Carvers. But here's a problem: without really guaranteeing my boss upgrades are going to have the right things, I don't know that I can build that good of an Inspire deck right now for that to make sense. So I still think I prefer the guaranteedness of Showtime. So that means I wouldn't really want to do the Carver, because we don't want to put Carvers on separate floors. They're just not going to get enough Inspire value. That's not necessarily 100% true, but it's just my line of reasoning right now. I'm like, it does, mean that you're getting roughly half the Inspires if you're going to be like fairly distributing between them. Or you just ignore one entirely, and then it's like, well, I guess it's just a kind of a stat stick that has Titanite. Is that even worth duping? I don't know that it is. Maybe if I had a Glareminder, it could change the formula, because Glareminder does technically at least Inspire every floor once. Even that doesn't sound that enticing. So if I do a dupe, what would it be? If I can't really, Machinist Tome maybe, but that only really ideally has to go on Shard Soul Carver. It doesn't really benefit anyone else right now. It could, but it doesn't need, it's like, it's not guaranteed. I'm not seeing great dupes. I'm really not. Shelter, maybe. Maybe Steel Polyclaw, just because then I have Ember, but I don't have good reasons to have Ember right now. Deck kind of sucks. So if I go to the right, I could maybe get a good equipment, which we definitely want for our egg. If we really want this egg to pop off, it has to have a good equipment to put on it. So why not I just go searching for that right now? Because I'm not kidding you. You look at my cards, like, I do not have the echoes for it to make sense for me to dupe my Endless egg. I don't think there's any world where that makes sense. Duping one of these flies is also just like very meh. Duping an Echo Snare, Hammerfall, maybe Hammerfall, I don't know. Machinist Tome would maybe be it. I don't think so. Shelter would even be maybe something, but I feel like it would just be the Steel Polyclaw. That way I find it sooner. Eventually I'm just going to guaranteed deploy it though, so I don't think that's that important. It's just adding it as fodder to the deck. In all of those cases, even the bad Armory offerings will be better. I mean, the bad Armory offerings might just at least hopefully cost something, like 2 or more, and then they're fodder for Smelt. Which sounds like that's all I'm getting from an Empyrean Wall right now anyway. And of course removals are okay, but they're very unneeded, I find, with Railforge, who can so easily thin out their deck. And just wants targets to, it's almost like having bad cards is a good thing with Railforge. I actually really like that about this clan. Honestly, having bad cards that just cost a lot is like a-okay with this clan. So here, for example, Geared Gauntlet is a really easy choice because it says 2 right here. On top of that, it's pink, and on top of that, in some cases, it can actually be a pretty good equipment. It certainly synergizes somewhat with the fact that I already have some bursts on these eggs, but that means I can't fly the eggs off anymore because it replaces the ability. So that's pretty bad, I would say. I really think if I lose the ability to move these eggs around, it really limits my strategy. I can still move them, or not the eggs, but the flies. The thing is, I could still move them with my Polyclaws, but I don't know that I have enough in the future. Like, I would definitely love to add like a Keeper of Echoes to this deck, for example, which I guess still doesn't need the Polyclaw if it's just going to be Carver and that, but we'll see. Is anything else here even good, though? I think we take it just... It will be something I could put maybe on the Carver, I guess. Because it has no ability. It definitely limits its use in... My problem with this card sometimes is that, Relentless is so gimped with it. You're not attacking any turns other than if you have the ability that turn. Now, of course, you can save up some hits for the boss, but that usually never can even come close in most cases, especially with how high the HP of some of these bosses are. Like, think about how much HP Life Mother has, for example. Just an absolute shit ton. So there's no way you can save up enough burst to account for that, in my opinion. Maybe Maybe I'm not seeing a way that that makes sense, but I guess what I'm saying is it definitely severely gimps your Relentless, but for what it's worth, it makes your tough waves just get melted in a lot of cases. I don't even know if they're getting melted here, though, with this Carver, even with the stats we're getting it. We're not, like, insanely adding stats. We do need to remember that this deck, or this game mode, requires you to get some insane game plans together if you're going to beat it. But, right now I feel like that is egg plus equipment. I just don't think this is either of these equipments are just not the answer to what we need right now for our egg. Literally the base equipment that my Hef is making is better than these. Unless we think the Geared Gauntlet is the way. I just don't really see how that's possible. If I could somehow retain both the flying ability and the Geared Gauntlet, I honestly wish that's how it worked, by the way. That you just sort of could be a mage, you know, essentially a mage character that can, like, choose from different abilities. I'd be fine with that. Maybe it overcomplicates the game too much, but I feel like it would be a cool change. Like, if I could actually just choose between Flight, which has its own separate cooldown, by the way. You know, you could just retain the cooldown per ability still. Or if I could alternatively use the punch power, then it'd be great. And you know, if an equipment or something called for it, you could just have a keyword that says wipe all your abilities, right? So you could still deal with balance if you needed to in that sense. But I don't know. I think it just opens up more cool interactions that you could put together. Like, especially with maybe Pyreborn just becomes too busted at that point because you can just spam all these abilities onto one unit. I could see that argument too. That you can't really balance around that, and that does become tough. But I don't know, maybe Steward's Quarter is still okay just because it gives me an extra pip. It might be worth adding because the deck is really weak right now, and I do need to add some sort of strength. Yeah, I think we take it for the Carver. The other, I guess, oh my god, I'm so stupid. I could have just taken the Diadem and put it on it. Oh my god. You know what, it's fine. We're just saying that we'll find something better. It makes no sense that I didn't take the Diadem there, though. Oh my god, so stupid. Literally would have locked his pip in at 1. Oh no, you know what? It doesn't actually do that. So it's actually, you know what? I take it back. I'm right. All it would have done is save me 1 pip. Look, I'm a genius again, because it doesn't lock you in at that pip. It just only one time subtracts that pip. So you know what? I retract my statement. I made the right choice, because this costs 0 and does the same damn thing. Whatever. We'll just say that I'm right. Okay, Bog Slime, really, really good. Easily the choice here. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh, Richie. Lionel Richie Garfield. My immediate want is to take the small gift box, but I'm looking at this and I don't look that good. I'm pretty sure we just take the mystery box, right? Because we want smelt targets. Oh, look at that. There's your smelt target. If it sucks, or if it doesn't suck, that's a good deal too. Sounds like the card didn't suck, and it just randomly appeared in your deck. So, we give thanks to Richard Garfield for this event, and we now have our large mystery box. Let's go. Do I want to do anything here? I mean, I can't really do anything. I don't have any shops to, like, remove, so I guess we're going in. Don't have any unit-based or spell-based souls either. Alright, gain 3 armor per Malaise on strike. Well, they don't really have, I don't think, great ways to necessarily prevent Malaise, but we can be on the lookout for it here. So we'll be going bottom floor here, it looks like. Do I still want to put eggs down here? I think it makes sense. Obviously, we mentioned it kind of has some anti-synergy with Shelter, but that's not a big enough reason to ignore the upside. I'm just creating these really powerful flies that obviously want to assist in inspiring the Shard Soul Carver as well. We might as well start Hef down here. That was the mistake we made the other time. Oh. This could be really good. Or I could smelt it. That's a lot of front-loaded stats. I mean, think about it. I get, my Artificer gives me a 10 and a 5. 10 attack and 5 health, or armor. So that's on top of the 15-15. Seems like a good deal. Although I still probably want to make... you know what? I think I guess my weapon craft is weaker than this, so we just want to use all these, and I can... If I wanted to, I could weapon craft something else. I'm going to actually do it... I'm going to dupe this one because I just want to play it once, I think. I mean, I could cash in on double Artificer triggers here, though, and just play it twice. Actually, wait, no, I don't have the Ember for that, right? Yeah, I don't have the Ember for that. I think we still dupe this in, so we'll dupe the Armament Drive, and then I'll smelt the copy of it that comes out. I think that makes sense. So we'll smelt the copy, and I'll use the Forge on the egg. So there's the 2 Forge. We're not going to gain any more Forge this turn, so we'll do... Alright. I just want to double check that I'm not misunderstanding things, but yeah, this is definitely a lesser standard equipment. So let's give the good equipment here, I think. I could keep Hef on the floor for now. I mean, I guess I don't have the pulley claw, so I don't have a choice. And the other question is, what else to do with this Ember? Probably for sure a shelter. And probably for sure just playing the Steward as well. I'm going to put the Steward up here. Oh wait, you're dying. Oh, that's right. Is this still positive? It's not really positive. I guess we just do this. Alright, I could double Machinist. The Machinist, I think, would carry down. I can't remember though. I think if I apply it, it won't carry down. It's not like I have anything better to do this turn, right? Let's just try it out. I'll be curious. So, does the Steel Guard end up, you know, doing what we think it will do? I guess I can just Echo Ensnare him for 5 Reap. We definitely need to get our Steel Pulley Claw next turn, or else I'm not going to be gaining stats on the Carver. Or I guess I could just fly the eggs off. Actually sucks that this guy's living. It probably would have been less awkward if I just had it die. I'm going to put this guy up here though, just so if I never have to move him, it'll be a target for the top floor to fly to at least. Nice. Quenching Oil. Could be okay. We're about to blast this guy with some damage. This thing doesn't help, right? So it takes away 10 health and adds 5, keeps the attack the same. The only thing, on the back end, your permanent stat, or not your permanent stats, but your, you know, temporary stats for the fight are better behind the equipment, I guess. Since the Artifice does give the 10 attack. But, I don't know. I just don't know what to do with this thing. I guess I could put it up here. It's fine. I don't know that I want to even play another egg. I just don't have time with one remaining here for it to make sense. So I think we probably just want to double the Quenching Oil. I don't really see a stronger play this turn. The only thing that sucks there is I can't... If I do want to double play the Quenching Oil, then I can't play the Steel Pulley Claw. Because we really do probably want to get Hef off of this floor. Because then I can Artifice something else. We probably want to get her up top. So I think we do want to do this for sure. And we'll move a Hef up now. It's not like I'm giving up a ton of damage by taking her off. But then I just free up the space Of course, we were eventually going to get steward's quarters, but it looks to be in the bottom here. I think maybe we just salvage otherwise here. These eggs aren't going to last long down here as it's withered, by the way. So maybe I should still just, like, do this to protect the ones that are already living. That actually kind of makes sense. We should still salvage them to give it some forage. Definitely don't want that. You know what, I really can't. Or I can play the other one. Yeah, let's do that. I'll keep the quenching roll. It's still probably better than an echo break. Well, if you're dying, does that even... Maybe I should have... I think we were going to do this anyway, but I probably should have kept Hef and maybe seen if it made sense to do this before I moved her off. Of course, I couldn't have played the egg if I didn't move her off, so yeah, I think we're okay. Just do that. Alright, we're protecting our eggs best we can here. Oh, I thought they were dying. They actually hatched. It's wild that we're not just straight up killing him right now. Hopefully I can do that, though, with the help of some eggs. So we got some... We can definitely fly these down. Would it make more sense to probably put these ahead? I think so. Yeah, that added a ton of damage. Let's move the other one there, too. This one has... Oh, we're at the 7 limit. There's no incant or anything, right? It doesn't really make sense to do anything other than... Yeah, because we got the 7-unit limit. I can't, like, pull another unit in. I could pull one of these off. Extinguish Witherbroom. Well, I could pull this guy up and... Or I could just kill... Alright, I'll just pull you up. Alright, he's dying now. That's fine. We don't have any celebrate triggers to worry about, so we should be fine here. Plus he dies anyway. Alright, we got there eventually. The last fly. Wow, that fly. Imagine how pumped he's gonna be going back to the bar tonight. He's like, yeah, my whole fucking squad, they failed me, but I soloed him. I soloed the boss. You better consider me a hero now. Or something like that. Let me, I should also say, let me know if you ever need me to write dialogue for your games or movies or whatever. I'm obviously really good at it. Silver Draw. I suppose we got no choice. I find myself... It's okay. It's better than Pip, usually. Although in this scenario, I wouldn't mind Pip. I always wish I had Ember, almost across the board. But I suppose in this deck, Draw is pretty good with the salvages. I wish I had some additional smelt, though. We have literally not gotten any additional ways to smelt, which is not the best. It looks like we're not getting any help there here, either. Or help there here, either, yeah. Fused weaponry. Do we even have enough to have that make sense? I mean, if I had the card that Large Box generated me, sure. Maybe I take that card. Otherwise, I really have no remote reason to take that right now. Complete speculative pick. But Wormkin Etchings, I'm like... I guess it brings back cards so that I can continue smelting in a longer fight. That's about the only thing it really accomplishes, I think. And it doesn't necessarily set up a good turn because the context of what it's returning to the top of your drop pile usually is not good cards, but I guess that's not always the case. I don't know. It's tough to say. Well, Echoes of the Past is very anti-flies, but I don't know. This is not a good. It's not a good draft for me. That does hurt. We were rolling pretty good with some high rolls early on, but this rare draft, it does hurt to brick it for sure. And I think we've bricked it enough to skip this. I just don't see how any of these really benefit me that much. We really don't have a good game plan right now. We do not have a deck that's winning the next portion of the game. But none of these cards remotely help me with that. The closest one is Echoes of the Past. The only way I could argue that is if for some reason I could play a bunch of Echoes on a turn, which right now I just can't. Like, I just don't have the setup for it. I need extra Ember, or I need better smelt targets. We may need to target a Merchant Magic, let's put it that way. If I can at least get a salvage down to 0, maybe I can set up some better turns with a draw upgrade. At that point, I could maybe make Echoes of the Past work, because then, before the egg hatches, I could delay the hatching and just give it a bunch of attack, and then hatch it later. And at that point, since it's endless, if I can continue to hopefully rapidly hatch, I'm trying to think if the draw upgrade helps me enough with pink to support this game plan. But, basically I could certainly, I don't know though, at 8, it's just very slow. Because the 8 is literally equivalent with the 8 that I currently get from all of these flies. The eggs flies and the normal flies here. Like, it's 4 flies minimum. More if I'm able to keep hatching. And it's like, I just don't see how basically taking the 8 attack away from every fly that's on the floor, and then giving it just to one fly to make it maintain its attack that turn, doesn't seem like a very powerful play, And it's like, sure, for future waves, they'll have attack, but it's just very... I feel like you got to get the nut draw for that to work, or get the nut upgrades to set it up consistently, and I just assume we skip. It sucks because, like, I'm not skipping into a good deck here. It's like a lot of times I'm like, all right, I'm solid. I don't need to take things, so I'll just start skipping most things, right? And we're not at that stage. Like, we are hurting. But yeah, these aren't good. First Akin might work. I have a decent amount of edge, but without extra Ember, it's tough. But that also could be another target, since it's a 2 cost. I think any card that says 2 on it and is usable is a high value add, even with our bad smelt. We only have the starters for smelting, but even with that, I think this is a fine add. The only question I have is the Shard Soul Carver better? It's definitely Pyre Steward's not. It's unit, I don't know. I'm already at full health. It's like, it might be better in the normal game, I would think. Covenant 10. And this, I actually find you're often at full pyre health on this. You're just at full pyre health or you're dead. Like, there's not much in between a lot of the time. But so Pyre Steer's not very good in this mode, I feel. But First Akin, you know what? It's a target to get Ember, and if my draw should turn into Ember to some degree, but I need to add more cards like this. So I think we'll do it. Okay, or I could just give it to Titanite. It's still weird to give it Titanite, I would say, because we already have the Titanite on the Shard Soul Carver. Every time you draft... I've never really taken Thick, and it's only rank 1 here. I still might take Ghostbud, because making First Akin cost 0 is a pretty good deal, and the Titanite is an okay bonus, even though it's really not going to frontline. But that could help in once we get to Relentless, or if I'm taking a lot of Wither Bloom damage, it could obviously help that a lot. So I think I am just going to take the Ghostbud. I mean, for Thick, it's like, okay, Pyre health, is that good at all? It's not even that much Pyre health. That seems really bad. I mean, am I misreading this? It just adds 3 Pyre health for each card. I mean, it's a lot of Pyre health, but what good's that going to do you? Let's take a Cast Bud. And we'll just do it here. We don't care about the Titanite. We just care about the... oh, and it becomes Endless, too. That's good. We said it. Endless is kind of okay on First Akin. I like it. Let's do it. That is nice. Okay. 1 down, 4 to go. Well, that's already upgraded. We may not have the money, though. It's so it is in order, by the way. So it'll be after we get through the first fight. So I will have money for at least the first upgrade. Um, One thing that kind of sucks is it can re-roll into the same upgrade. I noticed that today, and I was like, what? The game just like, I don't know, it can be tough if it's not giving you every upgrade. Over here, we want to wait on this one for sure. We want to probably go Thaddeus last. On this one, man, it sure would be nice on the Merchant of Arms to get upgraded here, actually, because we really do want to deploy our Steel Polyclaw, I think. I don't know, does this deck care that much about that? There's definitely some anti-synergy with overstacking and the showtime, but I think like we said, it might be fine just to get the initial stats and then not care, because we're getting too much value from having a really good floor that we can overstack at a certain point. I think that's certainly acceptable too. It makes the Steward's Quarters a really stupid ad. But maybe we can start with, I don't know, obviously if I would get another soul here right now. I think we just do this one. It's not like the magic needs to be upgraded that much. I would have liked, though, with Hef to probably flex with the Lightforge, but it's not really that big a deal. It would give us more smelt targets, but if we don't have, potentially, right, if I get that path, but, you know, if I don't get additional smelt cards, it's not even that good, so I think we just go here first. It's like, melee, ooh, okay, that's tough, but I think we want Wormkin. I would love to get a Keeper of Echoes, but there's also the Armory here. But this gold here is not bad, considering it's going to cost $600 to get a boss upgrade, and we may have to re-roll. So the gold's definitely not necessarily that far behind the Armory. Honestly, there is one Railforge unit that would be really good for us, and that would be the I'll remember the name, the Crucible Steward. If I get the Crucible Steward, I would really like that, because then we can get a etch machine going with the First of Kin and that on the floor, and we can just keep everything on the floor anyway and not even care about showtime. And yeah, I think that is like a pretty good deal too. But that's the only unit really. Let's do a quick check, make sure I'm not tripping, because I wouldn't want Forge Steward. I already have my frontliner. Forge Steward just doesn't outclass it if I'm not specifically building around Forge, which right now I'm not really. I have the Endless Egg, but it's not like necessarily gaining anything from Forge. Obviously it would if I can build around a Forge Steward, but I just don't think it's like worth it to pivot that hard at this point. Crucible Steward, that's the one we said would be really good for us. It may not even be like amazing though. Pyre Steward's not good. Salvage Machine, it would be okay. We would rather have additional ways to smelt right now than have targets to smelt. So Salvage Machine just brings a target to smelt, but and we also know we're not getting the other path of Hef, so it's like, even I wouldn't have that additional scrap harvest energy, so I wouldn't really want Salvage Machine, I don't think. And then Conductor Steward. I guess I would take it. I mean, it certainly helps. The cooldown is just so high on it that it's hard for me to do much with it a lot of the time, but it certainly is something I could take. And Steel's, again, we just don't want to shift tanks at this point, even though Steel Steward's a really good tank. So yeah, I'm looking through that. I'm pretty confident we just want to go to the right, get the money, and maybe get the Wormkin thing. I of course could try the Armory, but to get a better target for our eggs, but right now we're starting to get to the point where we don't have to rely on the eggs that much. We can probably get a lot of our damage between First of Kin, Shardsoul Carver, and Hef, giving them equipment. I think all those things can be good enough without trying to high roll for equipment. Alright, we didn't get the Keeper of Echoes. I do like Kinhost Carapace these days, but not at this stage in the game. It's way too late to build around it, but if you get it early, you can get that thing pretty easily up to some really good stats. Even in a middling deck like this. I guess I could take one more First of Kin. It's kind of weird, but if we're pretty confident we can at least get that upgraded steel at the end. It might not make, it really might not be that bad of a deal. I think we do take another one. Again, it's a fodder for smelt, if anything. And yeah, I have never really found much use for handy. That's the one hef path I'm not really feeling yet. I'm sure there's some cool things you can do with it, but certainly the weaponsmith has been my most consistent. But then I sometimes will flex in that smelt path if it turns out I have good smelting stuff, but I just don't. Yeah, so we're weaponsmith, or weaponcraft, or the weaponcraft 2 ability does give a little bit more stats. It's only 5 more stats, so it's like, it's okay. It's not really all that good. And the artificer is the big thing, though. It goes up to 20 and 10. So at that point, now you're getting, as long as you're spamming equipment, which right now, we would love to get that spell, by the way, that the Railforge spell that gives us all the equipment. I forget the name of it, but you saw it get generated with the large mystery box. We would love to find that. Hopefully we can get it here. Entering with multi-strike, we do want this money. The Jeer Mask will be annoying, but I can kill it with Echo Break a lot of the time. Alright, mid-floor it looks like. Put you in front. Put the other Titanite one. That does limit the growth quite a bit to put this on the floor because it is 3 pip, but maybe we just move them later with the relay, and I just put them down now, and just have them, at least with this one, sitting there. I think this one we might just want as a future target. We want these on the same floor, though, for sure. So, yeah, I think we're going to wait until we've got a decent amount of stats on this Carver before we move the first akin down. I'm going to leave this one. I mean, I would make better use of my deployment ever, I guess, if I put this, and it is 45 damage. I probably should do that instead of trying to just have it for smelt fodder. Just 45 damage for a couple rounds here sounds reasonable. Plus, it's killing Jeer Mask, if anything, if I need it. What are we duping on this one? Masterwork. But here's a problem. So this one I'm going to find one to smelt, but we have no smelt, right? We just don't have the good access to smelt at the moment. That being said, I could still play it and combine it with hef if I wanted to here. I don't. Unfortunately, that obviously makes my emote tome not very useful this turn, but we aren't always needing to necessarily get value out of that. Okay, see, again, I underestimate how much damage there is. I'm like, okay, 55 health, it'll last a few rounds. It's literally going to last 1 round, so there's not much I can do against that. I need to talk. I mean, I can take this guy out. That's a decent amount of damage. Yeah, I do wonder, though. I think this egg is the strongest play. Just forge right now for 8 and make my equipment apply it to the egg. That's so many stats. I think we just do that. Look at that, 54. And then this, hopefully, we'll just work on getting it hatched. I can do this. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat that Hammerfall is X-Cust in that regard, and it's pink. Sure, we'll take it. One echo closer to hatching. Alright, so you're dead as shit. Why are there 2 Jeer Masks? Jesus, 2 Jeer Masks, 2 tanks. This is no joke. This is what I'm saying. Like, my deck is not good enough for this stage of the game. Oh, we got our favorite card, though. Unfortunately, since this got forged so heavily, this would be a downgrade on the egg, so I don't even know if it's necessarily the best play here. It probably still is. I mean, what else am I going to do this turn? So I think we do the same thing. We just play it once, and we don't have magnetic relay this turn, so I can't. Man, we are just really bottom decking that a lot of the time. But yeah, we'll just do this, and then do this. Is it? It actually is positive. Well, not on health, but I don't think the armor carry us over anyway, so it is actually positive on health in terms of that, but it's maybe still just better to put these here. It's probably better just to do these here. We can generate 4 echoes, which will hatch this. I have to imagine that is the rest of this turn, so we'll take less armor in favor of killing this thing outright, so let's do that. And these flies can be played if I want them. I don't have any eggs on the other floors. I could put him here to take care of the Jeer Mask. I mean, I do have 3 Echo Breaks potentially coming up, but I could still bottom deck all those. Might be nice just to take these out. We could just say fuck it to the bog flies here. Oh man, what am I doing? You know what? It's fine. I don't even want to redraw them, I guess. That's what I'll tell myself so I can sleep at night tonight. Let's see. I could give myself 1 pip here if I wanted, and then just delay putting a Holy Claw on the floor. Hey, I told you it's possible that I could just bottom deck every fucking Echo Break. Jesus. I guess I could get a railgun on this floor to take them out, though. That's probably the play. So I could still smelt one of these. I don't think I want a second Pulley Claw, so let's start with salvage. Yeah, start with salvage. I assume if I replace this, the 1 pip is gone, right? Or is it one of those weird things where it just stamps it on, right? I'm pretty sure. I mean, at the same time, I don't lose anything by trying this out, so unless I really want the pip on the other floors, which there's certainly an argument for it, but man, I'm getting 100 damage here. Railgun doesn't even necessarily help with that. Fucking me, man. Train Whistle definitely would have been good on a turn like this, or the Whistle Conductor, whatever his name is. There is really not a whole lot I can do here, unless I'm okay with, look at the damage, oh my god. I mean, to be fair, how is this guy so many infested? Is it one of my curses that I'm not seeing here? Yeah, I only have Witherbloom. I'm like, how did this guy get to 18 again? I know he killed some of my units, but oh, Hellborn Harvest is my units. I'm so stupid. See, I thought there was a keyword already for that, which was Siphon. So I thought Hellborn Harvest meant it's like when one of their units die. You know what I mean? But it's hard. I wish there was with language like your. You know, I wish that it used something that was more clear about which side it is when it says your, because I'm like, okay, my units, they're talking to me, or are they talking to the unit? Are they talking to Mother's Blade here? You know? So, I don't know. I thought Siphon was already the word for what that is, because I'm just trying to think how they got up to 18 infested. That's the only way they could have done it, right? Yeah, I don't see any other way that they got it. But there's so much going on in this mode that I'm probably just missing it. Yeah, I think let's get the railgun onto the floor. I don't know what to do beyond that, though. So maybe I want to get more forge points for it. So let's. Oh, I didn't even test the. I'm so fucking dumb. Well, I guess we want extra pip up here. Fine. Just burn the other salvage, I think, and then put you here. And I think we're okay at this point with not getting the showtime. I mean, this guy's probably just going to die anyway, so with or without it. So we'll try to mitigate some damage right now by doing... Oh my god, it's a mobile. Genius. Genius I am. Well, that was stupid. I guess at least the steward's quarters allows me to do this. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good at all. And now everybody's dazed. Well, I can prevent the damage here. We'll try it. This is where Endless might have been good here. Take you... Just move this over. Okay, I can at least get rid of all of this stuff. You'll live for now. Won't be long. I guess I could fly these guys off. The ability is cooldown 2 though, so I can't fly them right back next turn. That'd be really cool if you could do that. Obviously, probably too strong. Honestly though, I kind of wish it was that way, because that would be a cool play to make, I feel. Just move them off for this, and then move them back directly next turn. I feel like that's not actually that OP, but it's certainly strong. The main thing is it would be fun. That's why I think you should be able to do it, but that is my philosophy. This guy is just never going to see any action. He's just going to sit there with his gun. That's my experience with Rogue. The fact that they're immobile actually really fucks with them, I feel. Like, this clan really doesn't want your stuff to be immobile, and I feel like the huge downside of it being immobile always becomes very apparent to me the moment I play these cards, where I'm like, oh, okay, this card just kind of might not be that good, but whatever. Had I gone Pip Extension, there's no problem with it, so I guess maybe the idea is that they only work with those type of decks, but with a deck that has like Holy Claws, obviously it's just horrible with that. Anyway, should have smelted it, but lesson learned. I don't know, we might be dead. The Machinist Tome... Okay, unfortunately we didn't... This is why I like to add 2-cost or more cards to the deck, because I could have, if I just had 1 2-cost here, I could have used Smelt to be able to play this Assembly Room. So right now there's no way I can play it, unless I'm missing something, but yeah, I don't think there's any way I can play it. I need to... Here, let's see... I could forge a little bit and try to keep this Carver alive. I still think I should try to keep him alive. So let's... I think I want to dupe this, though. Yeah, and then we'll salvage this. Do I want to put it here? I didn't even check if the Machinist carried over when I hatched it the other time. But I'm pretty sure we just want to put it on the unit that already has armor right now. So I should do this one more time. Oh, and I should do this ability. Oh yeah, I can get a lot of armor here. Definitely should do that. That's a huge... See, we're hanging on with him, but boss is coming up, so... Still going to be maybe an issue. I'm doing that just for Relentless. I may want to move him in front, but he has more attack, so I'm not necessarily so sure about that. Maybe the Jeer Mask was not the worst there. Could have probably just benefited more from not taking that damage there, but it's okay. Alright, I could draw, but that's going to cost me damage. We are killing him though, so what am I even worried about here? Let's just go ahead and slightly upgrade this guy, I guess. There he lived. Perfect. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna kill the boss here. Boss was like easy mode compared to the friggin' waves. Seriously, I took more damage from a single wave than that. Disassemble is... I don't know. I feel like outside of Melting Remnant and maybe Lazarus, I don't know that I'd ever take this. I mean, I guess if you got an Endless unit, it helps in that regard, but... Which we technically have. This dude is technically Endless. or I could put that on anybody. And honestly, I am maybe considering putting it on Carver, just seeing that fight. Like, that's a situation that probably will happen again. Full Throttle is pretty good smelt target. It's not an actual good card, I feel. It can be. I just don't think this is necessarily the deck where it's going to pop off that much. Card Collapse, definitely not the deck for that. Yeah, these just aren't good choices for me, man. I don't have... I guess I can bring this back if I don't care about one draw that turn. And I get... But it's like, okay, I get 5 Forge out of it, then what? I don't necessarily have giant payoff for Forge right now anyway. So this kind of sucks. I feel like this is just a skip unless I'm going to take Full Throttle. Honestly, I might take Full Throttle. If I can get Quick, it would be pretty good. Let's take it. Ambient Charge. It's just so rough with eggs, or with flies and eggs. It's much better if you're like Carver plus Keeper of Echoes or something along those lines, where you got a lot of echoes to spare, and losing them isn't a bad thing, because you want to spend them, so then Ambient Charge becomes really good. But in this deck, it's really not looking very good to me. None of these are looking good. Soul Siphon is very hard in this Monster Train 2 for me to even take. I feel like I would be fine with a rework on this card, maybe. Because, I mean, it was usable in the other game because it was like, you know, you could use them before you didn't have deployment phase. Like, you could intrinsic it and just put it on an empty floor. Can't do that here, and even beyond that, you know, you wanted to put it on an empty floor that was gonna be your main floor. That way you just get a kick start on your echoes, right? But in this one, it's like, you can't do that anyway, but, you know, you may not have an empty floor that you can even find to put this on in a lot of runs. And even if you can, you're putting it on an off floor. So it's like, it's just not that useful. But, I don't know, maybe there's some situations where it could be good. I just think it's definitely, out of all the cards, maybe in the most need of a rework. But yeah, these just, they aren't that good to me. The one that I would take is Soul Siphon, I guess. But I'm trying to think, is that really very wise? Probably not. It's just so hard for me to get any value out of that. The only thing it does do is it is an easy way for me to, if I do it on an empty floor, then I put these specific flies down, or the Endless Egg. That is like why I'm like, well, maybe it's still usable for me. Because, you know, this is a type of deck where my off floor can all of a sudden become a floor. I just have to figure out a way to... It will require good Forge, I think, or it will require me being able to set up bottom floor so that I can do something up above where I'm protected. You know, just right now the survivability of these flies and eggs are pretty weak, but maybe after Endless has been procced a few times, it might have gained some health through various means, but I'm trying to think what that would even be, because... You know, we could get it from equipment, I guess, which would give it some survivability. But right now, I guess it's like I'm relying on large box to get me a good equipment. Otherwise, I'm just using weapon craft equipment. It's Ambient Charge as an equipment doesn't have any stats, so it's also kind of got that not going for it. But yeah, we'll take the Soul Siphon. We'll do it. Alright, at this point, is duping and removing better? Because what's the dupe target? Still no good dupe. I mean, I really have not upgraded the deck since we last asked this question. This is rough. How are we still alive even? Oh, I don't know that we go left, man. Like, I think we go right. I mean, the artifacts are really good between these clans. Of course, we do have this Merchant of Magic, which could easily make this Empyrean Well pretty good. Let's think of just some quick scenarios there. Like, I could get a Full Throttle down to 1 cost. I mean, I would do that rather than have it as a smelt target, especially with we have just no smelt in this deck other than salvage still. So, you know, taking that down to a 1 cost, am I okay with that? Or I could one cost it and hold it over, since I believe this is an upgraded one, right? Oh no, it's not an upgraded one. Okay, well, can't do that, but I can still get it down to one cost pretty easily. And that would be a great dupe target. That's really good. Be a lot better if I could have a way to get these units quick, though. If they're not quick, then we need, like, I don't know, maybe I need to start planning around the Hammerfall more. I can't really dupe it or anything. It's just not a good dupe card, but that Hammerfall might be pretty integral to this fight. I don't know. Really, though, it's like, I don't know, I guess I could dupe a, like, even the Machinist Tome is not really a good dupe target. But the Full Throttle, I could do a lot of damage with that, and it's almost guaranteed that I can get it to a one cost. Consumer Move Shelter would be okay. Intrinsic is not necessarily that good on any of these. I guess maybe the Machinist Tome is good. But still not something I would dupe, like an Intrinsic Machinist Tome I wouldn't dupe. The only thing I would dupe is Full Throttle at 2 costs, which we're all very highly likely to get. Is that even better than an artifact? I don't even know if that's better than an artifact. And if I get good upgrades, I still have a good card anyway. But duping it obviously would have been awesome, but I think I just... And since we're still looking for good equipment, the Armory even seems good here. I think we go to the right. Our deck is so bad that even this late, a Hellvent is just not that useful to us. Alright, this is not necessarily shaping up even to have a good Full Throttle anyway with this ordering here. It's like we didn't get any of the cost reduction cards here, so but then we also did not get Consumer Move, but we're getting Smolder Stone first, so it's like I may just YOLO this, and then we could obviously still reroll for Consumer Move, but then I could at least say I got it down to one cost. The only problem is obviously that it's a one and none, which I don't know. It's still a good change, I think. I might do that play, but let's just look at our artifacts first. Could change our thing. Yeah, see, it's just like, I do not really want another draw upgrade, but... And I could reroll here and still, it would still be a draw upgrade in some cases. Manifold. I mean, I may still buy it. If I buy it, though, I'm basically saying I don't... It's a 1 out of 3 to get an Ember anyway, so I'm like, would I rather have Pip than draw? Probably not. I know it obviously helps with the showtime, so it's like, okay, maybe I get 2 extra procs with the Pip upgrade out of it, so we'll say it gives me 50 health and 10 attack. I'm kind of just like, so what? At that point, I'm like, wouldn't I just be better drawing an extra card a turn? So it's like, I only got a 1 out of 3 to reroll and hit the Ember upgrade, so it's like, is Limbo's Solace really so bad for me that I would benefit from trying a 1 out of 3 and then having it be something like Pip, which is just significantly worse for me than a draw upgrade? I think we just take it. We may still reroll here if I want to buy both these, which I might. I don't know that Mine Horde's necessarily that good for me, but it certainly makes the Soul Siphon a little bit better. Aside from that, I don't know that it does a whole lot for me, though. The Manifold does help quite a bit, though, with the Hammerfall. It makes Hammerfall quite good. It was already maybe one of my better cards. So yeah, we'll do that. It's going to be 740. We can factor that in as we go through this Merchant of Magic as well. I think, given that we're going to go through this Merchant of Magic, probably won't reroll here. Oh, these are such bricks. So bad. Honestly, so bad. I mean, Shadow's Sheath is going to be such a mess with this deck. There's no way that's good. I just think this is not a good artifact. I can't remember the last time Shadow's Sheath was good for me. Same with Departure Manifest. Like, I already get too many cards in deployment by the end of a Soul Saver run anyway. Do you want me now to add the Bogflies and the Stewards, which are not better than my banner units, to the mix as well, and maybe not draw those, maybe not draw my intrinsic room either or something, but like, yeah, these are just skips, a complete brick, unfortunately. So, I don't know, I think we want to go, I mean, of course I could reroll here and try for Lightstone Casing, but I think we just go through this first, and I think we do settle for this. You know, 2 out of 5 times we'll still get the consumer move, and it'll be a great play. Otherwise, this is probably the only way we can reliably get it to a 1 cost here. And I think we do want to do that. And then we could also just spell chain it. It's not bad, but probably not that good either. I already spell chain it if I want to with the emote tome. I could spell chain the Soul Siphon, but I most likely will have at least 2 floors populated, so it's not a great play. Maybe I don't mind the Machinist Tome and then I just 0 cost it. That's still a lot. Keep in mind, if I buy that, we do run into the danger zone, because it's like, I'm spending a lot of money here. I'm spending 740, so that leaves me with, you know, 225 bucks to go through. And if you think about it from the perspective that I have 225 bucks right now, if I buy the spell chain, that means I'm not buying a big upgrade that I reroll for. So do I have a good enough, and obviously Holy Stone's not going to get bought in here, but like, do I have anything worth spell chaining that I would want to give up a potential upgrade on, a better upgrade such as consumer move on full throttle? I really don't think so. I don't think I super benefit from spell chain on any of these. Yeah, I don't think so. I should have took the 10 though. Damn it. That's okay. We can for sure Surge Stone one of these. Look at that. We did it though. We got the consumer move. Perfect. So 740. Let's buy these. For sure. That way I know what I'm working with here. I can cost down. I think the Machinist Tome, even though it consumes, this just makes the Emote Tome essentially spell chain it when I need to. I think I like that. Of course, Salvage is so good to do it on as well. Honestly, this Salvage is probably better. Salvage is probably better. If I had the money, I wouldn't mind permafrosting a Salvage here, but I still think, the X cost, even just getting this upgraded, I don't know, maybe the X cost wasn't that high of a priority for me to take, but there's really good X costs that are still available. And I thought I already have a card that benefits from it, so it seemed good, but I could maybe have seen I might benefit more from the permafrost and a Salvage. I could definitely see that route. But yeah, let's add this to one of these. I think we just go on the Machinist Tome there. It's something very important to get out. Never check this. Echo Vault. Keep in mind that competes with the fact that we probably want to steal Polyclaw still on that floor. I think we still kind of benefit from it. I'm not sure yet. We'll only really know once we hit our Merchant of Steel. I feel like I really need to hit quick on the First of Kin. Maybe even multi-strike on top of that to really be super confident that I can really benefit that much from overstacking the floor. I may still just want to keep it like Flies and Carver. Enchanted Chamber honestly would be okay. Like, these Echo Breaks become significantly better. Hammerfall probably doesn't functionally become that much better though, and then beyond that there's not really any other spell damage, so it's not that good. And one of my Echo Breaks I Surge Stoned anyway, so there's some minus value there too. Iron Tongue is really probably only useful if I can get quick. We're looking for ways to mitigate damage. None of these, the only one that would help with that is Enchanted Chamber. It might still be pretty good, I don't know, with the Echo Breaks, because then I can actually kill these backliners. I am actually tempted to take it. I mean, what do I need? If I don't yeah, if I don't get quick on the first Akin, it's like, am I even benefiting that much from getting them on the floor? I don't think so. So I think we just Enchanted Chamber. Seems okay. Alright, they got the snipers up in this fight. Alright, Pip is on the bottom, so we'll go there. Standard formation here. We'll call this our, you know, like in Chrono Trigger, you got your triple. You got to name your squads, right? Because they all got their own triple techs. We'll just have to call this the omelet, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of the opposite of an omelet. The eggs on the middle instead of on the sides. The reverse omelet, shall we call it? Yeah, reverse omelet formation. Go. Put the first Akin, second floor, I guess. And I guess I still put this here. I don't know. I need to get rid of these stewards. Given how much we bricked that free artifact, by the way, and like, I guess an Enchanted Chamber is not that good. Probably the Helvent and removals definitely would have been better, but I don't know. You can't really predict that you're going to low roll that hard. Kinstone could be pretty good here. I may want to dupe that instead of the Machinist Tome. Because again, I don't even know if the Machinist keyword propagates down when this hatches. I don't think it will. I'm almost certain it won't, actually. Because it wouldn't propagate if I end on Endless. So it does actually kind of seem like the Kinstone here double play is pretty strong. Unfortunately, we'd have no removal here, though, for the Jeer Mask, which is a problem. I think we're going to Steel Polyclove will probably just get smelted this turn. Yeah, I think we want to do this. So he's not dying here. I was gonna... I guess we can just kill it with the Echo Snare. That's probably fine. And then we'll give you that. Why are you not hatching now? I think the hatch icon is broken or something. Like you saw the egg was listed as hatching. I don't know what's going on with that, but sure. We don't have a room here yet, so we can test out if the pip is more. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It'll go up to 9. We'll see if it goes back to 8. I'm pretty sure it does once we replace that room. This Bogfly, I'm okay with this guy just dying. I'll just put the Bogfly up here then. Oh, it would just die to the strike. Advance the attacked unit. Maybe I'll put it here. Oh shit, oh my god, I didn't do the fucking thing. Oh, yeah. Alright, you gotta give me a mulligan on this one too. Remember, I'm relearning. I have to learn everything here with this clan, so I don't know, I'm probably still gonna do some level of that throughout these. Because obviously the plan was to put the equipment there and not forge it onto a fly. So do everything the same. I'm not trying to like tweak the RNG or anything. So we duped this. Then we salvaged that. Then we played that. Then we put this here. Then we did that. And the thing I forgot to do was to do this. And then, oh yeah, do that as well. And then we put this here. Okay. He actually got dazed from that. Okay, the sniper is... This guy definitely hurts. This is where I'm like, okay, now I have this fly here. I could fly it down to tank the hit for Hef, which I'm pretty sure I want to do. I still get quite a lot of value out of Hef's Artificer stacks, and I don't want to just lose those. Now we see why Soul Siphon is bad, though, right? I'm going to have to Ember Drain any of these if I want to use them. We just don't even have a free floor at all. I mean, it's my fault to some degree, but at the same time. I don't know. Mass production could be good to get the egg down to 0. Could also just put the egg in the back. I think fly down probably makes more sense. I don't want to dupe this, right? Yeah, I suppose... Man, I wish I had a 2 cost here. Well, I think I could just forge this egg then. Let's get rid of the stewards like this. And then... do this. And I could also just put it up here and hatch it. I could still survive with Hef by putting this there. Of course, I have no echoes up here. Or sorry, I would obviously do this and then hatch it. Which I think is the call. So let's forge you. I'll make sure that we got that. And then I'll put you in the back if I can do that. Okay, so if you're just sacrificial, then we keep Hef alive. I could kill that. Or, yeah, this is hatching already, actually, so I don't know where I got that extra echo from, but I'll take it. So it makes sense just to kill this. We don't really need to play this. We benefit more from killing this. Okay, we don't need to move them around. No abilities, yeah, let's do it. Alright. I can replace this with Steel Pulley Claw. It doesn't really matter, the extra pip at this point. Pyre Shot. I can smelt that. Definitely will. So this one... Are we duping Echo Break, though, still? Because do we actually want Echo Break? We don't need it. Like, this is still dying, regardless. So I think we dupe the Salvage. If I really wanted to, I could play the Pyre Shot, by the way. I just don't think it actually benefits me. I'd rather get the extra Ember here. So this already kills that. I feel like the only units I'm going to have are going to be flies. So, like, do I even need this Pulley Claw? I could still smelt it. And then we'll just put the Enchanted Chamber in. Yeah. Let's smelt it. So I'll put you... Oh, okay, I gotta put you here, apparently. It's fine. Oh, right, Bog Slime. That's probably how I got that extra thing. I didn't see. Did that got replayed at 0? I don't think it did. I think it got replayed at 1. I don't know. Do we want to do anything with this? I guess we'll put it in. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because this is already surviving that hit. Well, you know what? Maybe it's fine. I could move it forward, but then I'm giving up an echo. That doesn't seem worth it. What I'm curious is how was I surviving that hit? He does 31 damage. I guess I got 32, but then I got the Wither. I don't know why I would have survived that. I think maybe I didn't catch it. Maybe I wasn't surviving it. This first of kin, I could just fly these guys forward. Of course, that does take 2 echoes to do that. Okay, I have the option to double play this. Unfortunately, no smelt this turn. Probably just want to dupe the hosting kin then. Yeah, duping the hosting kin definitely makes sense here, I think. So, taking them out, I don't want to daze any of my guys. And then probably want this. So I should go in the red here on Pip if it replaces it. Do I even want to do that here? I still got this guy to take care of. It'd be nice to maybe hatch this. Oh, I need to be doing this. Is my large mystery box, like, what did it give me the enchanted chamber? I thought that's in my deck. I feel like it didn't give me anything this turn. Am I missing something? Did I already play oh no, it gave me okay, duh. It gave me the consumable card. That's the one that wasn't in my deck. Gosh, I am just really smart today apparently. Alright, I think we want to put this here actually. I do want to keep half alive though, but we'll eliminate some damage here. Might be nice to still do this. This preps it up for the boss. I think we definitely want to play this card. And do I want this? We don't even really know what we're drawing. I probably do though. Yeah, I'll do it. So it does take away the Pip as expected. Do this just for some Inspire, I guess. Doesn't really do much on the other floors. Unless I want to... I think we want to keep these alive, right? Oh, I can't. Yeah, that's awkward. Could do that since he may not die next turn. I think we're better off just getting some other stuff. So we don't want to kill this boss right now. He's got pretty low health. I think we can just kill him. Yeah, he's dying. We don't even have to play anything. But just for shits and giggles, let's play full throttle twice, I guess. And then I guess we do our due diligence here and do all that stuff a bunch. Alright, we got him. Now we're not even dying. Like I said, I don't know if I can do these videos necessarily in one sitting. We're only, what, halfway through? Yeah, I think I'm going to call this video good after I get my rewards here. I don't want to, I ain't going to blue ball you, but, ooh, Railforge Spike. We already have the X cost advantage there. So it's, for 0 cost, I can forge 8. That's really good. Foundry Line, I do like Foundry Line, and this would be a deck where it could be okay, but it's still not making a giant amount of sense with this deck, I would say. And then Pyre Shot's just fine. We would rarely play it, though. We would just mostly use it for smelt fodder, which is not great. I mean, the nice thing if I add Foundry Line is it does technically add me extra smelt synergy, but not in the way you think. Like, usually it's like I want to smelt to play other cards, and that's not really what Foundry Line's allowing. Foundry Line, I feel, is more specific to like a really big combo with an X cost or something, which if I already had a Railforge Spike, for example, you could get a ton of Forge with the cards that are smelted plus the Railforge Spike that would have a bunch of Ember for it. That would be like a really good combo, but I think we just take the Railforge Spike. It's just good enough on its own. Alright, we do have the Crucible Steward. Out of these, definitely that's the choice. We don't want anything else eating up Echoes. We really don't need another First of Kin. We don't even need the other extra one right now, but... And honestly, that might be the card that I still probably remove the Stewards, though. At least one of them. Because right now, I can play a Train Steward and a Crucible Steward. So, only need to get rid of one, I guess. But, yeah, I think I like this. If anything, it just gives me extra smelt. And the Etch is something that probably won't do much damage. I mean, I could still, if I get it onto the main floor, which I think I would want to. We're definitely looking at Polyclaw probably for that at some point, but, you know, I can get his attack okay with the Hef ability. You know, I can get him basically at least 30 extra attack even just with one play of it, but more if I can Forge, and then, you know, that thing can actually do a lot of damage. So I definitely will take the Crucible Steward, which I will remember the name of. Warborn, I feel like it could be okay if we're having to go top floor. because then we're just getting an extra draw. But I already have double draw, so it's like, am I? I don't know. And I have the large mystery box on top of that, so it's like I already only have like 2 space available in my hand. And also they have a Moat Tome, which makes it tougher to have a bigger hand, so I don't think I want Warborn. Like I can misplay a Moat Tome more if I'm drawing actually 9 to 10 a turn, right? Slacy 2, that is probably pretty good if I actually remember to spam half equipment properly. So this is actually pretty good on the egg. We probably want to shift though to actually using our steel claw, because if I want to get the egg back onto the floor to keep hatching and cashing in on Inspires, I definitely will want the pulley claw in that case. I feel like Slacy could really pop off with this. I think we'll do that. Alright, so yeah, I don't... You know what? It might just be that we can get through the next fights faster, though. So let's see if we can do it. So we got the boss upgrade, we got no money, and then we don't have the steel upgraded, so it's pretty obvious we just do this. Sucks that we don't get the Merchant of Arms upgraded, though. That actually really sucks. Probably go left. This is where having the, Showtime has definitely been good. I do wonder, though, if the upgraded Avarice I would still prefer, because I would have so much more money right now. I could actually go the other route if I wanted to. Solaris would be pretty good. We could get the Equilibrius, but like I said, I don't really know that we want to draw another card a turn, and honestly, I can remove all of the Shield Stewards, I guess. And I guess some Echo Breaks, but I don't even really want to... I just don't actually want to remove that much from this deck, I feel. Even though the deck is not good, it's like... If it gets too thin, I just start to not be able to do anything. So Solaris is just the call here. So that's a pretty good upgrade. I got a lot of Ember now that I can play with. Well... triple stack, does that even go on anything? Forge, unfortunately, is not something I can triple stack. I guess I could triple stack my Ember Drain. I could triple stack Shelter, but Shelter without a consumer move and without a consumer return is not really worth doing. I will say, though, the Entropic Stone is no problem, right? I can just smelt it, even with, especially now that I got the Crucible Steward, I could just dedicate to, like, only smelting that. I'm saving my smelt for that, essentially. I could also -4 something. That's obviously always going to be good on an X cost. I mean, I already have the -2, but a -4 is quite a lot better. I don't know that it's worth it on Hammerfall, though. That's just basically saying do roughly 60 more damage. It's okay. It's not going to kill a tank all of a sudden. I really wish Burst I could double stack. Actually, can I? I think I can, can't I? So I can triple stack that, right? Yeah, okay. Well, I think we got our answer here. I mean, that's really good, right? Hopefully I still got a Hellvent in my future. So, for now, we know for sure we want one of these Shield Stewards out of here. Eventually... I may just get rid of the First Akin as well, the other one, because since the Merchant Arms is not upgraded, I am going to have to, like, make this thing still cost 2 when it's deployed, which is... Meaning I probably just remove this First Akin, right? Yeah, let's do that. So, Merchant Arms should be coming up. We'll get it after this. Mark of Invasion, but they're spell immune. Well, they're not immune to Echo Snare, but I can't really rely on that. I don't have any Trample, Sweep, or anything like that. I do have the Burst of the Egg, I guess, if I forge it, which could be something, but... You know, I am so bad on gold right now that I kind of want to take this Got a lot of pyre health, even though they hit for 12 each. It's possible I just let them hit me. I think we do this. Alright. Kind of wished it went up here so it'd be easier for me to justify the egg up there. But now this is like the worst case scenario. The only thing it's good for is it is good for the boss. So this is better for the situation where I just say fuck it and let it ravage my pyre. I guess Crucible Steward could take care of a lot of these though, huh? I could put Crucible Steward up here and then just bring it back down later. I actually think that's maybe the call here. I could protect him with the First of Kin. Get our reverse omelet formation down here. Yeah, First of Kin, you can protect this guy, and then we'll just sacrifice Shield Steward to here. 1 second. Alright, let's do this. Foundry line, well, we got it here if we want it. I could... I may use it. Because I think we do want the Polyclaw for sure. So I want to play that. I do, unfortunately, though, not want this Rail Spark to get destroyed. That's the problem. I guess I would have to... You know, I talked about having the combo... I mean, I can choose the Rail Spike, I guess. That's what I'm going to do, right? Wait, what am I even tripping on? That's like that's the play, right? Okay, so I have this. It would only even kill one. I just need to consume one card up here, which I can just play this up here, I guess. So I don't really need to play it down here. I don't have etch triggers here. I got double etch trigger here. That's actually kind of good to have these two together. So, yeah, let's dupe this, I guess. It's the only one that really makes sense to dupe. Unless I want to actually get more smelt value, but I don't think I do. So yeah, let's do... You know what, though? It doesn't really make sense to dupe this, does it? It kind of makes more sense if I don't care that much about the extra, like, 2 forge here, because we're already going to get a ridiculous amount of forge. I think it makes actually more sense to maybe dupe Echo Snare. I'm just doing that to kill that thing. Because then I can kill this. Yeah, this is looking better. I shouldn't have actually played one of those. Maybe I should have just for that, but I want to do that. And then everything else here is just going to get killed. Now we can do it for 24. Do I gain any benefit from doing it down here? I don't think so, right? So we do it here. Get all. Did that count as a single etch? I assume so, yeah. But the other etch, but when I did the other ones, I'm like, wait, no, 135. I think it counted every etch there. And then this has 26 that we're putting on this. Look at that, 115. Wow. Wow, what a turn. Okay, if I see that card, I'm taking it. Obviously, I still have to get the nut draw of drawing them together, but man, just the opportunity to do that is just too fun. I mean, come on. Okay, fused weaponry, on the other hand, this thing is donkey dick. Just dupe the smelt, I guess. Maybe the shelter. I mean, the problem with duping the shelter is, like, I don't even know if that helps me. I don't think it does. Just get rid of these. Do I get rid of the bogfly? Because I don't need the ember. I don't really need the forge right now. Could move it here and I can fly it down if I needed to. Obviously, we want to Hammerfell one of these. Oh, I could bring this Crucible down. I should have done that to start with. Unless I still want stats here. I don't think I do at this point. I think I actually would like this guy down here. Better late than never. So let's do... I guess we just do this. I think we will play this. I don't want to take... I could also just kill this fly, I guess. I should save his ability for Entropic Crystal's Eye. I only have 2 salvages. I don't want to have actually play that, so I won't smell anything here. I could turn my Forge off if I don't want this fly to get the stats. I think I do want it to have a little bit of stats here. If I move it down, it's going to do a decent amount of damage. Let's do that. 51. I could move it actually here, and that is better. Yeah, now we're actually killing everything. Still should kill one of these though. Just kill one of them, it's fine. Okay, I think that's good. Nothing else to do yet. I guess Echo Break. We got another really boring hand here. Spike Driver. Probably not. Yeah, let's just dupe the Echo Break. Or the Salvage. But I've got, what, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we don't need to do that. And salvage you, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is a good turn to actually get this egg onto the floor, I would say. Get the miner forge there. And do this, that's fine. This egg will actually be worse than this egg because we didn't get that giant forge off. We'll just play these out here. I don't want to bring him down. Oh man, wait, how did I get to 7? I must have miscounted, damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there, oh, there's a fly in between there. Why are there 3 flies here? Oh, right, because I flew the other fly down. I'm so stupid. Well, this guy will still hatch 1 fly, I guess. Do I still have my other Steel Polyclaw? I think I still have my other Steel Polyclaw. I could technically... I could either fly an egg off... Oh, he already hatched. Well, okay, too late. That's fine. I think we're built at this point. So let's... where's my steward? Let's do this. I only need to use the Polyclaw if I need to pull like Hef off, I guess, which I really don't see why at this point that really makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, honestly, it might be better to get the egg on there, but I don't think so. I don't think we need to do that. I think we just... Honestly, I should have duped this one. Oh, I did dupe it. Perfect. What a genius I am. Can I kill any of these? Not really. I guess get rid of this, actually. I still don't know if I'm going to use this Polyclaw or not. I guess since I have the Ember 2, I should just play it. And we'll put this up here. I'm not going to play Soul Siphon, though. Can I play it here? Perfect. Just get rid of it. Alright, some of them still have several multi-strike. I think we do this again. We can hatch that. Just start salvaging things. Do I salvage an Echo Break? Yeah, if I can't kill anything, it's probably better just to salvage it. Alright, you're dead. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna still do this, why not? Look at that, that's actually so good. So anyone that doesn't think burst can be good, well, here's your run. Just simply get a triple stack on it, get a consumer move that you YOLO'd your 2- thing on it, and then get an emote tome. Easy, right? Trap shoot. honestly, the units just aren't making it to the top. I do like this card, but I don't know. I feel like we're not lacking for offense in this deck once we get things going, and honestly, I can just pull an enemy back with a Steel Pulley Claw anyway. Obviously, I'd rather daze them, but this thing, I don't know. The cooldown also 3 is actually pretty long. I don't even know if trap. I do like it because it can hit the boss. I may still take it just for that, honestly. Definitely not taking Railgun ever. Like, I mean, I guess if I had the right deck, but pretty much never. Card Collapse, I don't know. Even this card I've been somewhat disappointed with. I've had decks where I can like fill the deck with Pip, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, if you got everything going, it could just clear the enemy floor, I guess. But the weird thing is, yeah, I just don't think it would work here. I was thinking though, I was like, I could technically take it. I mean, I could get one good play out of it because I got all that extra Pip on that one floor. And we seem to not care about cashing in on Showtime at this point. So it is just like a one-time 2-cost Pyre Shot in some sense, maybe even more. I'm trying to think. It's 30 times, and we're going to have like, what, 8 Pip? So that's like 240 damage or something. I can't think off the top of my head, but let's see. Yeah, like 240 damage, so it's quite a lot. That kills tanks. It doesn't kill the biggest tanks, I guess, but I think Trap Shoot just simply to get the boss dazed is worth. The flying boss, I should say, which is all we're going to fight for the most part. I think we only got one more regular fight in our future. Return Soul is not quite as good as it used to be. It used to like reduce the Ember cost of the card. Also, you could now it's like it's got a few things going against it. You cannot bring another Returned Soul back since it has a distinct keyword, but then also it just doesn't do the Ember reduction on the card anymore. But it certainly is still a card that could benefit from a Moat Tome. Like, it's still a good card, I think, even if it's not what it used to be. But yeah, I mean, that would allow us to, like, if we have a bad turn, it definitely helps set up combos, which we have some want for combos in this deck. Revenge of the Damned, pretty good damage, honestly. We may want it, although I don't think I have any Merchant of Magics in my future. I can't remember. I think I've visited them all already. Maybe there's one more, but I can't remember. If there is, then Revenge of the Damned I can add some damage to. I mean, I still technically have the Enchanted Chamber, I just don't think it's going to be the room that we use. Then Broken Memories I don't think is better than Returned Soul. They're both... Like, Returned Soul still is better than Broken Memories because it doesn't just put it to your draw pile, it puts it right into your hand, and it makes the card pink as well. It could trigger Etch if that's something I want to do. I think we just take the Returned Soul. Alright, now we're definitely going to the right. I mean, unless I really need $100, but there's no way. Okay. Steward Quarters. Yeah, I regret taking it as I always do, right? Man, these are horrible, huh? Equalizing Rings. I mean, I guess technically Equalizing Rings, it's just not good here. It's never, I just feel like it's never good. I've seen people pop off with it, but I'm just like, I just cannot ever find it when I need it. Echo Vault is the only thing even remotely takeable here, and it's another one of those rooms I'm like, I don't. I mean, I could put some real good turns with Full Throttle together with it. That is certainly something I could do. And honestly, that could be almost enough reason to take it, but it feels like win more at that point. Is there anything else that would even be that good that I'm able to comfortably play at the end of the turn? Because a lot of time I'm going to play like a Hammerfall at the end of the turn, right? and that's not going to be that good. Or Shelter would be probably a really good one, but that's just a one and done right now. Other than that, I'm not just... Full Throttle would be the best case scenario for it, and it's like, well, if I'm playing Full Throttle on my turn, I'm already having a great turn. I really don't need an Echo Vault, so... I think we'll roll that. Maybe let's check the other merchant first. Okay, it's a Merchant Medic Plus, so we got some good stuff here. Permafrost and -2. I may prefer that on the Railforge Spike. Of course, Consumer Moving would be really good too. Of course, I don't know. It still would be okay to do that with the Permafrost because it's -2 Ember. Yeah, certainly the Permafrost doesn't make a whole lot of sense on anything else, I would say. The Railforge Spike is the biggest one. Salvage is okay too, but for this one, we're going to do this. And this is, I guess, something we can put on a salvage. It kind of makes sense. Don't want to get the deck too thin, though. 40 power, we can do that. That's certainly good. These are good upgrades. Alright, there's the remove consume. We absolutely do that here. Are you kidding me? It's so good. We got an endless unit. We got a couple endless units actually, so yeah, this is gonna be good. -2 at this point. The only thing we can actually get value out of the number 2 is going to be Hammerfall, but that's just 15 extra damage or 5 extra attack. I feel like we're not going to use it for the attack very often. So I could just bite the bullet and say salvage is really useful for this, makes the emote tome that much more powerful. I think we just do that. And then Spell Chain. We could Spell Chain that as well. I think that makes sense. Yeah, then I can really go to town. Put 20 there. Now we'll look at the arms. Reroll here. Too late for a BT Blade. Boiler Room. I don't know. It's good, but I think we can get hopefully enough Ember out of Smelting now that we've got a pretty good salvage together. Two salvages can set up pretty good turns. Herzl Hammer is always good, though. That will probably take, especially with all the burst I have. Yeah, we'll take that. And deployable, we do want this deployable. I just don't know if I'm actually playing it, though. But yeah, it's tough to say. I may not benefit that much. I don't even, that's the first equipment I've actually added to this deck. I mean, I could argue, I just don't think it's worth adding a BT Blade just to proc Hef's thing here. Maybe it is. The Artificer's still 20. I don't know. It's not like that good. I mean, I guess if I do want to start with Steel Polyclaw, I also might just want to save some gold for the upcoming artifact merchant. I would love to get an Ember upgrade. I think we can deploy it though. I just don't know that we're actually going to necessarily use it. Like, is it even that important to deploy it? I don't think it really is. I mean, honestly, the deck is pretty good with just the eggs and Hef and what's his name on the floor. Sargent Carver. So like, Steel Polyclaw is not actually that important right now. It is only important to get the egg back onto the floor, which I don't even really need to do. Yeah, I think we're fine here. So, as far as the dupe goes, I have to imagine it's Full Throttle. I mean, think about how insane that has been. It only sucks if I draw them both in the same turn. Yeah, I'm duping that. It's so good. And I don't even have Quick on anybody. I really hope I do. I was hoping to get like a Quick Dagger here, but no dice. We'll definitely do that though. Let's just get rid of more Stewards. These ones for now. Since still we technically are playing the Shield Steward. Okay. Uh-oh. Top floor, huh? Well, we'll just have to deal with it. Reverse egg omelet, or reverse omelet formation, go. Let's do it. Maybe I don't want to put first akin here. I kind of do, though, because I'm going to do a lot of smelting right off the bat. See, the thing is, if I deploy Steel Pulley Claw, this is why it would have been so good to upgrade that Merchant of Arms. Then I could actually play it here, but I'd probably still always want to put that formation down, so if I had 2 extra Ember I had to play here, then I cannot get Crucible Steward out. I don't care about the Steward, obviously, it's Shield Steward, but Crucible Steward not getting out does suck, for sure. But, you know, I could see the argument that maybe the Pulley Claw is better, just not at the cost of perhaps a boss upgrade, because that is expensive, 75 bucks. Look at that, we top decked it anyway. Still might want to, let's see, do some, yeah, 16, that's a rough break point, by the way. Is there any way I can add this guy 1 extra attack through any of this? It's like, I had to shoot these guys twice because of that. Yeah, there's no way I can actually, I guess I could technically make Hef's equipment go down there would be the only option to give him more attack, and then I could just kill all these. And honestly, I would love to. I don't think there's any punish here for going top, at least against the boss. I'm trying to, I just don't know the waves enough to know if I need to like shift things to the bottom, which I totally could do, but I don't know, I think I still just set everything up top. So let's put this here. Might as well just do this. Down here, let's do this. I can wait on this Railforge Spike. Just means I can't play this other. I should have burned the other salvage, I guess. I got one of them dead. I think I can just move this guy. Of course, if I move him up right now, I don't get my stats. It's probably, I'm in no rush to move this guy up, I don't think. See, though, I am like not using my stuff here. So I still could just forge it right now. Then I can at least get this egg going immediately with some stats. I think I do actually want to do that. It's not as good as it could be, but 85 is still fine. Obviously, we lose all the burst, but that's okay. I'm okay with just damaging this boss, even if it's not scaled yet. And we already took him down a visible amount, about a little over 1,000, so it's not bad. Echo Bloom can be very good. Honestly, replacing the this with it doesn't really work, unfortunately. I don't know. We kind of want to put it on a different floor, and then that's where we'll hatch our eggs from. I do think we want to play it, though. Trying to think where we should do it. Should we do it mid? Because it could be tough on the bottom floor. It also sucks getting the extra pip up here, because Trap Shoot also is like not necessarily a great replacement on the hoist. So I think we want to try to hatch this turn. They're haste, so they will just come to the top. I mean, we can just start trying to do things up top. Yeah, I'm going to move you up because I don't think your services are needed down here anymore. So let's do this. Now that he's moved up, can I just remove this? I'm thinking maybe I can. Flies need to be the only thing coming back in, so I could play the trap shoot here, and I think I will. I do want to play the shelter, and then egg room. We want to take advantage, I think, of the haste, and we can just have a safe room in the mid that, other than when the boss comes, it can just be where we do this. And we should use this on cooldown. There's no reason to not. And then here we'll just do this for the extra inspire. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So we got 2 forge points. We want to dupe this as always. Can bring back a smelt here. Don't think we're gonna care about that egg. I can smelt. I don't think this will consume, right? So I can just bring that back. Yeah, nice. That at least works how I thought it would. We can do some. Here, let's give some damage to this guy before I do this. Okay, that was pretty good. And then we can just... man, I really wish that I could play this before this. That's okay, we can just replace, we can get the equipment onto it and it's pretty much just as good. So I'll put this here just so I can kill this. Oh, he's 5 egg, he's gonna hatch, damn it. Well, nothing I can do about that, just let it happen. I can still play the egg first to get the, we're getting the forge points anyway, so it's fine. Right, this is why we save the ability on Crucible Steward, so let's get rid of this. Of course, I could also just put a ton of damage into this guy and make my etches better, which saves a lot of health on this guy. I actually don't mind that. It might be better than the egg at this point. Hard for me to say for sure. Man, I am definitely tempted to do this. Yeah, I think I like it. So now I can just start, you know, blasting. They're all dead now. I'm only taking 15. I can do this for what that's worth. Put this guy here. I think we want to do that because then I can't play eggs middle if I don't. I don't think we care too much here about the lack of forge. We just want to get this thing into play. And then this, we could play this here, but then that means this thing would attack this, which we actually don't want. So I think we just do it here. Oh, we're killing him this turn. Wow, look at that. That is glorious. Yeah, I guess we have enough burst. That's probably the hero fly from before that did that. He's like, guys, I know you got like 100 attack back there, but I got this. That's the hero fly. So Echo Bloom, we don't actually have in the deck. That was from the thing, right? I actually really like having that in the deck. It actually wasn't necessarily that relevant there, but it certainly could be if, depending on my floor formation. It's good smelt fodder anyway. Of course, another Rage Force Spike is fine, another Herzl Hammer is fine, but I think I take the Echo Bloom. Definitely not taking that. Mean Mug, a little late for that. Honestly, even the Grump, it's a little late for. But we have a lot of strikes, so I could just settle for it because I don't know. But let's reroll it. I think I can get better than that. Okay, L would be good. Definitely just taking that. That's great. I wonder which cards it hit. Hopefully the Spell Chain one. Look at that. See, that's why I'm saying I like to get that one later, because now it can hit an already upgraded card, and that's just such a nice play. I get 2 Ember out of that 2 draw. So nice. And then I hit the other just default salvage. That's fine. Alright, let's do this. We got really good upgrades coming here. Oh man, at 450, even at 100, I cannot afford it. Even skipping that, I can't afford it. I didn't realize that was the very first node here. Damn. So we upgraded it for literally nothing. It's actually a downgrade to the thing. I'm trying to think, is there any way I can earn a bunch of gold at the alcove? I don't think there are in Monster Train 2, unfortunately. So is the left still better just to make use of what we... Man, that is very feels bad, huh? Well, let's go left. And it's an Amber upgrade. You know what, though? Pyrostone is better. Honestly, it's better. Considering we have the Solaris. All we really wanted that Ember upgrade was for deployment, so at least that's fine. Sinner Salve, do I even have... There's like no Blight. I guess technically there's this, but we don't even want it to cost 0. We want it to cost 2, so I don't even think we want to buy that. We will reroll, though. There's almost certainly a skip. Yeah, I mean, unless I want another... I have the Ember to play another Crucible Steward. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. It's pink. Yeah, let's take it. Look at that, it's actually useful. Cleansing Water, Trader's Quill. I mean, Trader's Quill might actually make sense here. We're going to get a lot of damage out of that. Let's take it. I do still have a nice Merchant of Steel coming up that I need to save some money for, so let's do that. Maybe I guess I should have took the whatchamacallit. -1 Ember for turn really shouldn't be a problem. We need that money, so... You did have to do it top again, didn't you? Alright, well. Reverse egg, here we go. Reverse omelet. Put the... I guess I gotta put one on each floor. Let's go mid with the pink, just because that seems to be a better floor to stage my flies at, or my fly eggs at. Alright, that's a lot of incoming damage. Full Throttle, though, is definitely getting duped here. Probably just doesn't make much sense to put it down there, so... Could also dupe the salvage. If I need the Ember. Chamber of Recall can be pretty good. But we're drawing a lot. And we have the large mystery box, so it's going to cut into our draw. I don't think it's good then, in that regard. I think we will just smelt the Trap Shoot in this fight. Do I want to dupe the salvage card instead of Full Throttle, though? I don't think so. Of course, it would help me forge the Chrysalis a little better if I got more forges. Could also just dupe this card. Does 20 damage. I can just kill that. Then I don't have to deal with all of these buffs. Yeah, I mean, they're going to get a lot of stats if they gorge. Like, he already gets that from gorging, and then he'll get, like, all of that. We think we definitely got to kill this guy. Alright. I mean, I can still do it with just the 2 Echo Breaks, so... Yeah, I think we'll get rid of both of these. That gets the most forge points. Still not many, but it is what it is. We'll still play this here, obviously. And then we can kill that. The fly, that's a little rough. We want to do this. Let's do this while we can. Man, that is the lowest amount I've had yet, I think. Alright, we have this. Anything worth duping here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Full hand, so if I dupe return soul, that's a problem. If I got the pulley claw, definitely want that. Kind of feel like I just want to dupe the salvage out of the spells I have here. I think that makes the most sense. And we can put this here. Just replace that after we get some more forge. I think that makes sense. Don't really want the Etch Kings. Definitely want this. Do I? I think so. We want to keep this guy alive. Do we care about one or the other? Is there like harvest or anything I need to worry about? There's so much shit going on, you know. There's... Okay, well, I think we'll move the mid guy up. Could also put it here, which is pretty good. Still didn't get much forge here. Oh, we could get full throttle. Let's get full throttle. Forgot all about that. Kills one of them. How much do I need to pour into this? So I already get 30 by default, so I need 45 on top of that. That's 3, I guess. I have to go 3 Ember into this. It's not worth me not playing this, I feel. Do I play it here or here? I feel like it'd be better here. I don't know. I mean, I prevent more damage, though, if I do this. Mid for this. Yeah, I think we do that. I guess I could do this as well. That at least kills that. Guess I could have maybe used my ability as well, but I'm definitely, it's looking at the damage counts on these guys. I definitely need to build around this steward for sure. Also just helps me get my preserve going. So can I can get a really good equipment onto Crucible Steward this turn, but it'll have to be at the end of the turn. So yeah, let's do this. I could salvage this First Akin. It's probably good. He's not really doing anything for me other than cutting into my draw, and I think I do still get the 2 Ember from it. So let's do that. I want that money, so I'm taking that. I could still play. I could turn my forge off here. I don't actually think this egg is... Honestly, I could smelt the egg even. We already smelted the blight, so I think we could do this. Right, now he has 146 for upcoming floors. Hopefully the burst is enough that we can kill the boss, the amount of burst I've preserved here. Ambient charge does start to become okay here. All of my units other than Carver have an ability though, so I guess it goes on Carver. Do I want to forge it in that case? I definitely want to smelt this other pulley claw. Oh yeah, look at that. So, We gotta do this one. Okay, let's do that. Don't need the fly. Don't need this. I could take them out with the... I probably want to do this one here. We put that here. Do we want to forge it? I guess so. That's fine. And then we can use the ability now. There's no sense holding on to these echoes. Ooh, Echo Bloom. So now I think we could just replace Echo Bloom here since we're not really going to use the endless eggs in this fight. Like, Echo Bloom's probably better than Hoist at this point. And then we can, oh, I don't, well, we get the Inspire. That's fine. Now I will say I don't necessarily need to spam it here though. I don't really benefit from spamming it here. Other than the Inspire. But I want to keep it for a turn where, you know, maybe I have... That's right, I have like no Ember. But you know what? The salvage is fine. I think we still want to double play this here. Let's do this. I think I'm fine with them just, yeah, let's get the max amount of this here. And then keep his stuff up here. And I can wait. I can just use Bloom Burst in conjunction with the Shard Soul Carver's Ambient Charge. Here's the boss. He only gets stuff on Revenge. I really don't have to worry about him coming top or anything. This is absolutely fine. Get rid of that Echo Transfer. Get rid of that. Probably get rid of that at this point. Do I etch this Echo Break? Because that will save me 65 damage. I probably do it. And then this can go here. That I guess there is that. That's to punish, but if I can kill it right now, it's limiting what occurs to this. He will obviously come in with some buffs and a lot of damage, but I'm really not too worried about it. Geared Gauntlet, thank you for being something I can eat. Look at all of this multi-strike, dude. I got like 30 multi-strike. You know, it may not be better at this point, but I think it's still better. I'm not actually etching that much, so there is that problem. I'm curious if I can kill this guy with etches. 288, I highly doubt it. Either way, though, let's give him the business here. For this here. Alright, I think I'm getting you here. Oh, you know what? As if that wasn't enough. There you go. Now, obviously, we still got a giant amount of stats to get through with the Life Mother, but with that many multi-strike, I'm not too worried about this next fight. Magnetic Relay is always, is always a nice one. I don't even know if in this deck, though, I'm trying to think, is it even that good? Not really, because like we're kind of overstacked on that floor, and I eventually would like to not have my Polyclaw on the floor. It's not actually doing much for this. Armament Drive, though, is definitely something I should add. Yeah, we'll take that. That's the card we've been looking for. Ancient Resonance is probably worth taking. Of course, Forced Contamination is interesting, but this will prevent more damage. We mainly just want to prevent damage. I guess just free artifact here. I mean, the extra money at 775, we can afford the whole Merchant Steel, so we're good there. So I could actually see reasons to flex Metalworker at this point. I'm only getting essentially an extra. I mean, I'm getting an extra essentially 20 attack, and then the defense is not that relevant, but per weapon. And I did just add that other weapon card, so I think I should still just go full weaponsmith. Oh, what am I even? I don't even have the choice. Right, forgot it was upgraded. Let's take a look here first. I should have taken a look here first anyway, but oh, this is such a good upgrade. So I'm just going to put quick on the Crucible Steward since it already makes sense, even though making him quick is obviously better. I guess I should check the Bog Chrysalis though, if this is Firestone Housing. The fucked up thing is I think I'm going to take Hardened Hole. That would make it so much easier to do the egg things. Yeah, I'm taking Hardened Hole. I'm sorry. I know I'm ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. Housing's really good too, but I'm taking that. I'm still going to put the quick on this unit. I think it makes the most sense. I could just start. 10 health is a little bit of a liability, but it's like I suppose I could just. I wanted to give him the 40 attack, but he already has a 45. I could just make him endless so he costs nothing. It doesn't change anything really, but if he gets sniped, which is possible, then because here's the thing, I still can't comfortably. I could play him on the floor if I don't care about getting my my whatever it is over here. I guess I can't look at my thing right now, but the souls, the showtime. It's probably fine. It protects him the most, I think, to put an endless on him here. And 40 attack. We can put the 40 attack on the other steward. Burst 4. First it can, I guess. Multi-strike 2. Could put that on the Carver. Large slab is pretty good too. Heart slab might just be better. I mean, we just don't actually care about multi-strike, even though it's super good. Like, this is such a good upgrade, but like, I guess we put it here. That's fine. I kind of want to do this though, because I would love to get both of them on the floor if I can, and then I just get so many extra things out of the etch here. I think I will just do that. I think I will also just add health here. And I might as well give multi-strike to something. If it's going to be something, I'll give it to him. Large slab. I could put that on a bogfly. It's okay. Makes it so it actually makes sense in the deck. We should make some... I don't even think I should make removals. I need like a lot of fodder to purge cards out, even with the large... you saw toward the end there that I do... I kind of just need every card in the deck, so I think we're fine. They gorge on Slay, which might happen here and there. Okay, mid-floor. I feel like that's the only time it happened, but I guess we'll try to figure out how the mid-floor setup looks like. You'll go there, you go there. Oh, I almost fucked that up. Good thing I didn't play her first. Maybe my hand size still was fine. We want this big boss. Probably still just to hit this. Put the endless one down here. The non-endless one up here is more protected. Alright, this opener is not exactly the best. So we don't have magnetic relay. And honestly, we just should not draw very many good cards. The best card here, I guess this would be a reason to remove cards, but it should have been not necessarily that high of a chance to get such a trash opener, but I think that's okay. We can just daze this boss right now is not a bad deal. This guy's endless. We put him at the bottom because we figured he could survive, right? Or, you know, if he doesn't survive, we'll just bring him back, and that's fine. We can forge him. Otherwise, what are we doing this turn? If they're all dying and there's pretty much guaranteed, we might as well do this. I don't want to dupe that card, though. I want to dupe this card, if anything, because nothing else here is good, or the salvage. But I don't really... I'd like to keep these things growing a little bit. So let's dupe this. I should have played that first. It's kind of stupid there, but okay. I think I actually just get rid of this. I don't forge for it, but that's okay. We're just like not gonna forge this turn, maybe. Oh, wow. You're living now? I mean, I'm okay with that, but that's not expected. You know what? I'm just gonna do this once, because I actually do want to get some forge here. Alright, well, they're living. I mean, that's fine. I'll just use this forge on the egg then. Could have got more if I wanted, but it's not that important to me right now. Alright, no magnetic relay. Still want to do this. Armament drive. I suppose it's the same no matter what, but it's going to get me 2 equipment. Still probably worth playing. Can I keep you alive? 15. I could keep him alive. Should be a decent chance that we get one of these 2 steel pulley claws coming up. Do I want to hatch this guy? I'm like, I want to get some attack on this guy, but if I'm not getting the steel pulley claw, it's a risk. I could just get it here. And I'll put this there. I can keep him alive, I might as well. The steward as well, shield steward. I don't know why they have a collector in this fight. Maybe there's another true ending after this. Who knows? Could slay that. I don't want to dupe the card though. We do got our steel pulley claw, so let's definitely get that going. I only got the 1 smelt, but I can bring back the other smelts. I think we still want to get full throttle. Before we do that though, let's get you onto the floor so that you gain them. And then this... It certainly seems like Resonance would be a useful card here, but I think it's actually not that needed for me. It's the only 2 cost here for me, so I am going to just remove that. Let's bring back this, I suppose. Could also bring back Salvage, but I think this is better. And then... This is still 1 short, so this can go here. Got the egg. I don't actually necessarily want to play that here. I got this guy to do the blight. So I could do this here just to get rid of Steward's quarters. And actually. It doesn't give me any Ember or Forge, but it just kills this, so I can do 99 more damage. Actually, we're really close to killing this guy. Let's see if we can do that then. Oh yeah, like 400 short. Why does he have so little health? Oh, that's Thaddeus. I was like, wait, I thought this was the Life Mother. No, we still got that to go through. Okay. I think I just let this go. I'm not going to smelt it, but yeah, we'll just do that. Should be able to kill him next turn. Of course, I need to figure out how to get my, I guess, 600 or so damage. No, only 400 damage, okay. I could just fly my eggs up, or my flies up, and that should do it, right? I got 25 forge points also. I guess I could just etch this guy to death. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can do that. So, I guess I start with the equipment instead of trying to get more etch points. So let's start with this. 150. Yeah, we should be able to do this. Nice. Alright. Life Mother will have a bit more health than that. We could take the Pyre Shot. It's specific with 2 different smelters, and they're pretty decently survivable. I think we are inclined to do it. Oh, Glug Cider. Well, I guess I don't have him golden on this one. Honestly, he's pretty good, but honestly, he could be pretty good here. He'd be better than First Akin. If I take it, I should just replace the soul. Oh, that would be good. Okay, we got a good second floor now. Can I just do it now? I can't do it now. I'll do it at the next screen. Obviously, Mean Mug is useless at this point. Savanta, if I want to still get that First Akin out, I guess that's an option. I think I could, I just don't care. I could really get something more. Equilibrius, definitely not. It's like literally the same fucking 2. We could take Beelzebub as a one-time combo enabler. Might as well. So let's put that on a Echo Break, I think. Yeah, let's do it on an Echo Break. Just have to remember to actually play it. Oh yeah, and then I want to move this over to this, I guess. Because I want this thing to actually protect that other dude. And that's pretty good. Alright, we should be good to go here. Alright, middle floor again. We got this. Got a reverse omelet action going. Are we confident enough that we could go with Glug Cider in the bottom? Oh, he fucking... Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so... You know what? Well, I guess we're back to this. We have the Ember anyway, so it's no real big downside, but... Yeah, I guess that means... It just means what it means. We'll go with... We're just going to do this and just say we don't care about those extra stats, and then Shield Steward is what it is. Alright, no relay. Definitely want a full throttle double here. Oh, you're just dying. You know what? That's okay. We can do this here anyway. He'll eat up some of the burst hits, so that's fine. And then we'll get rid of... I do want to smelt pretty good this turn, actually. I don't need to wait on these scrap metals. I just want this... Do I even want the egg to have the stats? I'm almost like just want to give it to this Crucible Steward, honestly. I guess the question is, am I going to hatch this turn? I do want to kill those backliners here and protect this guy. I'll still save the ability on both of these, I guess. So it's not hatching. I think we can take our time with the forge here. So let's go. I think I will put it on this guy. Yeah, 156. I get all these etches. I'm definitely okay with that. This guy is unfortunately the quick guy, though, but that's okay. Unearthed Remains. Certainly a good card. I think it might be etch fodder, though, just based on what's here. Yeah, let's perhaps get rid of it. Unfortunately, we just didn't draw that well here, particularly. Oh, you know what? I could just use this ability if he's gonna die. I don't think there's much worlds here with this draw that he's gonna live. You know, I'm not getting either of my steel relays again. This is also a little awkward here, but that's actually not that awkward because then I can bring this guy back with a bunch of stats. I think this is an okay turn, all things considered. So I might as well use the ability here. I can replay Glug Slider for sure. Just get rid of him. I don't want to forge it though, so let's do this. I could actually get the egg here too. Might as well. Oh, maybe I would have liked to forge that. It's okay. I think I do want to forge this though. Doesn't even give him that much extra though. It's probably better just to put this here. Put that there. That was the first spell we played? Wow. Did not expect that. Well, we don't have a room here yet. I'll just do this. I mean, I don't think it really helps anything, but maybe I should have put it somewhere else. We could just do this to hatch the unit now. It does cut into our draw to do that, though, but... yeah, maybe we're not in any rush to actually do that. We just... oh, that was my purge card. Okay, well. I may not have wanted to do that. This doesn't... it does clear out a lot of this. Or it doesn't clear anything out, actually. Yeah, I think we'll... Echo Bloom up here is interesting. The Glug Slider's just weird up top, though. It's like it's not going to kill any units. Probably should have put it bottom. Is there any way I can save this guy? It's really not. Well, I'm glad I at least had the 3 Ember in case I got into Magnetic Relay. I guess we're just going to bottom deck both of them again. I don't know. I feel like this does better because it can kill the backliners. So I'll just do that. And then I can get a better Railforge Spike. Them dying is whatever. I'll just bring this guy back. That's why we got Endless. And then he'll get some natural stats. And I should get Magnetic Relay, hopefully. And still no Magnetic. Captain's Log, starting 5,000 million. I guess still no fucking Magnetic Relay. There's both in the very bottom. At least we got the smelt. Let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We should be able to play that at the start then. I'm A-okay with that. Assembly room can be fun. But I don't think I have necessarily the setup for it. You know, I should probably be just putting this guy on the floor. I can get more forge points, obviously. Oh, wait, but I don't... ah, fuck, I can't get him on the floor because I don't have Magnetic fucking Relay. Well, we can still forge him. It's fine. I kind of put him down here. Well, I don't want these guys to die, so I need to keep etching up here. I don't want to waste the damage here, so let's do that. Do that. 156. This guy still has a burst, I guess. I didn't think that was the case. What do we think about this egg? Is it still pretty good, right? I think we just won't use this for a consume. If I could keep this guy alive, that's probably something I want to do, right? So one of the... I can use equipment right now if I wanted, but I just don't think I actually want to. I think I could fly one of these flies just and tank. The problem is a 42. Yeah, unfortunately, I could fly both flies up, I guess. Because I really don't want to take these hits. I think I just fly both of them up. They're just not doing that much up there. Yeah, that at least saves me almost 100 health. I don't want this guy to die. It's a lot of burst. Hopefully second draw through this deck will be better. Alright, we definitely just do that. We want this guy dazed. We got some work here to do. Alright, don't want to double this when I actually may not want to in this case. I don't have any actual smelt cards here. I finally got a magnetic relay. Or not right now. I say magnetic, steel pulley claw, I mean. I guess we just do this card then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. This guy could just go down. This guy's dying to the 20 wither, unfortunately. That's okay. I can make some more eggs soon here. I'll put the egg up top. I think I do want to forge this guy, so let's put him in. I'll get him up here while we still have this. And then, I don't know, I don't necessarily want to redraw that card. I'll just throw you here. You're dying, of course. 246. I'm going to be just etching the shit out of these guys. Just gonna do that. Yeah, just put him up here. He's more protected. I can take one of these out. I could fly this guy onto the floor, actually. Why don't I just do that? That's making infinite more sense. Now I actually protect that guy. Okay. Salvage, full throttle, salvage. Do that. This is going to be a really good armament drive coming up. Make sure I don't overdraw here. So I got... let's get back that. Rid of that, I think. And then... I guess we don't need pulley claw anymore. We've got it. We got our 7th floor thing here. I could just do this, I suppose. It's fine. Okay, we got 6 forge, so priority to that guy, I guess. And Yeah, we'll just make sure everybody here is having something. Not bad. Oops. Oh, we got another one. Here, you can have that. We should be doing some damage now. Oh, look at that. 10k damage. Wow. We're going to get even more, though. So let's do this. 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 I didn't mean to use the ability there because I could have had a good Railforge Spike here had I not done that. Let's get some more etches here, though. In the name of trying to kill this guy, probably should just... I mean, it won't kill him, unfortunately, so I guess we'll go... I could do this, maybe? That's probably a decent amount of damage. Do that for 0. Unfortunately, this means... Does this mean I won't get a flying kill? I mean, I still could. I just have to move enough units around, I think. I need to do 2,000 damage. Yeah, just about. I mean, there's some things going against me for sure. If I could just get another magnetic relay, or not, steel pulley claw. Unfortunately, it gave me power of knowledge, which is a lot of damage. To be fair, I could dupe it, and then that's pretty good amount of damage, and then I just fly these flies up. They're not doing that much damage, though. You know, they'd be doing less damage up there because of that lack of echoes. We'll try for it. I mean, then again, I could just kill all these things. Whatever, it's fine. We'll do our normal thing here. I guess we can do that. Helps a little bit. We can have this. 430, nice. I think I accidentally hit myself with spell damage there. It's kind of weird that did that. Oops. Certainly have enough of this stuff. Get rid of that. Just make sure they're all dead. Alright, GG. Let's see if we can kill him with etching. I guess I have no actual... Did I don't remember etching those cards. Where are they gone? Did I really etch the salvage card? Wait, why is it consumed? Oh, duh, because I brought it back with Return Soul. I completely... I mean, that's on me. That's definitely on me. I guess we can do this twice. Just bring it back for reasons. Look at that. We saved our buddy, too. Perfect. Alright, fun run for sure. I swear this is the last time I'm doing a full one of these for a video, though. 3 hours is not sustainable. Alright, so that is the second difficulty. It wasn't too bad. And honestly, it wasn't that good of a run for a while. So, I'm definitely... I was definitely surprised. It hit definitely a power spike at some point. Oh yeah, the Knuckler Steward. Honestly, I haven't had much chance to really try that unit out. Assembly room, nice. I love that you can get the cards that you have not. This one as well. It's like all these cards that we did not actually have unlocked were coming through from the large mystery box. I like that though. Echo Seedling, nice. Oh wow, we didn't have Echo Seedling. That'll make the artifacts much better. We leveled up Sparky. Who cares? L, I like leveling it up, but again, we don't really start with that one. I don't think. A lot of cards getting upgraded. Silver finally got upgraded. Still want one more upgrade there though. But to defeat 50 more bosses, that'll take a while. But certainly getting another boss upgrades are going to be very good. We got the Mean Mug upgraded. Now at least has the permanent avarice. Still kind of want the 3rd rank before I start including that as my starter though. I think. Alright, hell yeah. Glug Cider. Hey, he did things, I think. Not really. I swear he is actually a good unit now, though. But it just was not the run for it. I think, if we could put him on the bottom floor, which we could have, I guess, but then we could have at least eaten a unit every turn, but I don't know. I think in this mode, maybe Glugslutter's not necessarily that good. But he's certainly good in the normal game. But yeah, I gotta get out of here. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.